Green, right?
Honestly.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
And welcome to our first men's League One match of the evening, where it's Manchester Worker Bees versus Norwich Nighthawks. So we're just getting underway now.
I'm walking on the mic here.
Hello.
I'm Selby.
Again. Oh, yes. We're just joining you for one game now, but it should be a good one. Two very good squads here. The newly promoted Nighthawks and a Worker Bees sort of rejuvenated. They had a slow start to the season last year, and then, a lovely shot onto Jack Helpton there.
Very lively game already, isn't it?
No hit there, that was a bounce called. My mistake. So Worker Bees with some new additions this season. Just strengths across the board, and Nighthawks a very strong squad as well. Picking up Skinner in the summer break as well. And then Nighthawks first to strike. Sanderson going out there. Oh. That Brennan out. Nope. Brennan's still in. 5 star for Nighthawks.
Oh, that's an unfortunate hit there. They tried to go for the dodge, but the two players collided, and that's a hit. So 5v5.
That was Theo there for Nighthawks. He's their captain. Back to 5-on-5 as well here. Oh, rather hard.
We've just started the timer a little bit late, so the timer on screen will be about a minute behind.
Yeah.
But we will correct the set timer the next set. Great big jump that dodge there from Wrench.
Actually, now I believe Sam Wrench is Manchester's captain there.
All right.
I believe so. Very experienced player, plays for GB, plays for England, I believe. Big part of Forum and Coth squads, so all round very versatile player. And some very nice dodging from Manchester.
The bees are very agile today, it seems. There's a lot of great jump dodging happening.
Yeah, we've got that new addition in the middle of Brennan. Just gets caught out as I speak about him.
Beautiful catch from him, and then another block, so fantastic play from Nighthawks right there.
A bit of commentator curse, I think.
You jinxed it.
Yeah, I did. Nighthawks back up to 5 players, I believe. Yes. 4-ball. Looks like they're going to have a 4-ball attack here. Oh no. And then the ball comes in from the top.
2 balls on B side, 3 balls on Nighthawks. Oh, fantastic block from Nighthawks and a double counter.
Lovely counter there. Then Matt Keefer Bees manages to pull it out, but then I believe that is the end of the set.
That's right, so the score is 2-0 to Nighthawks.
Yeah, so it's a nice start to Nighthawks, who this is their first league in the league. First matches in the league, I apologise. And yeah, Bees are looking to bounce back. Not a smash out though. So got plenty to come here this game. So, like it's going to be a 4-ball attack here for Nighthawks, see if they can do anything with it.
At least 3 balls there, great hit on the winger.
Yeah, straight on to Sanderson again. First out. Down to 5 men, but with 4 balls, so hopefully they can have a reply here.
2-ball release there, and a quick counter. Oh! So the counter got 1 hit on Bees from Nighthawk.
Nighthawks, singular.
Nighthawks.
Just a single ball race into a catch there for the Nighthawks player, whose name escapes me this time.
It is difficult to see from where we're sitting, especially because beautiful catch again from Nighthawks unknown player. We can't quite see the numbers or name on the kit from this angle, so.
I do know that player.
Oh, that is a hit on the toe on Harkin.
And on to Brennan as well.
That's the second set done. Another few points to the Nighthawks players.
Yeah, so they're coming out quite nice and strong here. They Bees with their first substation with Mullen there for Jack Halpin in the middle. So hopefully Bees will be able to bounce back with them. Oh, and Drew Cousins come on as well, the Northern Ireland kid, who recently come off a very lucrative performance at Euros. So hopefully he can have a impact here to get some positives.
Oh, great single ball.
Lovely.
Right at the shins.
Got the Henry Skinner, who's recently moved over here from Meteors to Nighthawks. And it looks like a trade there onto Brew. Both very impactful players. So
One trade as well, yeah, on with Nighthawks and Bees.
4-ball release. Oh, they've gone for the cross. They're very effective. Got both wingers out at the same time.
Yeah, it seemed to do the trick, didn't it?
Love to see it.
play too cold on Nighthawks there. One single, seemed a bit haphazard, which Brennan managed to get a catch there onto Tom Johnson.
And that equalises the team. 3 players each side.
He's going up for the 2-ball leads from 2 different players.
Yeah, interesting. This has happened a few times this game, hasn't it, Sam?
Yeah, it looks like maybe a bit of communication issue
Yeah.
from the B side.
Maybe a bit panicky.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful jump dodge. I don't think that is Rowinski. I think he's Rodke, but if he is...
Well, good job to him.
Oh, again.
Lovely 2-ball attack there onto the wing.
That must have just clipped his toe. It was a fantastic jump.
Number 7 there for Nighthawks.
These are now up by 1 player.
I think this is the first time they've been up in the match yet.
Got just under a minute left. The set time on the screen is a little bit delayed. So let's see what happens. Ooh, 1 for 1.
Yeah, 1 for 1 there.
There we go.
Very nicely done by Bees with Brennan getting the follow up there. But Sam Wrench got caught out by the free throw. Equals. Well, Nighthawks can't do anything against the last 2.
Nighthawks seem to be really good with their accuracy. They're really going for the toes, and it is very difficult to catch those balls.
Individually, as we see here, there's a lovely catch there for Nighthawks, taking out Brennan. And
what was that? Was that a hit? Oh, yes, it was.
Arcade call there on number
Refs called that
30 for
hit.
Bees. So that was just 6-0 start for Nighthawks, which I'm sure they're very happy about.
Timeout's been called there. I think it's from Nighthawks side, or maybe just refs. Discussing something. Yeah.
Pulls the set timer. Like we say, we should probably let it run out, shouldn't we? Because it's a bit behind time anyway.
Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
We'll be just
I think there's about 6.5 minutes left according there to Sam Mason, so about 2 minutes now.
Right, let's restart the set. There we go.
He's down back to 2 balls.
Single ball release from Nighthawks, and a counter from Bees, which got caught. A single, that's the risk with throwing a single ball, isn't it?
The Nighthawks are a very, very good catching team.
Yeah, and Bees are unfortunately aiming a little bit too high, making it riskier to catch.
Well, it's the thing with Nighthawks, like, you need to get them out, but if you aim anywhere near them, they're going to catch you, so it's a lose-lose situation. Skinner leading just a single ball there onto the winger, and it's a hit.
Almost a block, but it did go under. That is a hit.
He's down to 3 against the 6 of Nighthawks. I've just seen very cool and composed in this match. Even going down, but managing to bring it back. And yeah, a lovely start for Nighthawks with their first League One match.
Absolutely.
Don't mind me.
Sure.
And that's a little visit from our lovely host Alex Such, helping us out with the screen.
I do try.
Just another single ball release there for Nighthawks. Sorry about that. Well, we just had a bit of a technical issues they were trying to sort through. So you just get a solo cast from me, which I'm sure everyone is very happy about. So it looks like Bees are on a 5v1 against Brennan, who is a very, very talented player. But let's see if he can pull this out of the back for Bees. And that looks like a hit onto Brennan there. Looks like he called himself out, but yeah. That is now a 8-0 lead to Nighthawks. Very impressive, and I believe a timeout is now called, so we'll Pause the. So no, lovely start from Nighthawks. Honestly, nothing could be faulted for them. They played a really solid, composed game, never looking flustered, and just making the hits, which ultimately is what you need in dodgeball. Hopefully, Bees might be able to have a second half revitalisation, but we'll have to see, won't we? Haven't really had that sort of spark they really needed in the first half. But there's plenty of time left, even in the first half. Still got probably about 3 minutes left. So, any standout players for you yet, Selby?
Good question. Nighthawk seems to be doing a fantastic job. Standout players, I think the Bees wingers are doing a decent job. How about you, Sam?
For Bees, Brennan's looked quite good. With a lot of the team sort of not doing a huge amount around him, but again, Nighthawks just look solid all over, really. Oh, and that's looks like a failed block there from Bro. Putting Bees down early in the half. A little save. Yeah. Single ball release left from Dom Johnson from Nighthawks.
Very powerful, but also very safe. Again, really aiming for the toes there. In this case, it did go for the floor, it did bounce, but at the end of the day, they don't really need that hit. They are up by one player, and they are by 4 sets as well, so it makes sense to do those safe single balls.
Yeah, they're not needing to force anything at the moment, which I feel like Nighthawks are more than happy letting Bees there just come into them and make these catches, as we've seen time and time again. Walsh there doing some nice fancy footwork in the middle for Nighthawks.
Yeah, cheeky little counter from Malin, but didn't pay off there.
2 balls for Bees again. Another substitution, Jack Halpin's back on for 95 for Bees. With Sam Wrench in the partially ball retrieving now. Black shirts. Okay, looks like Bees might actually have 4 balls here, which hopefully they can actually do something with.
Absolutely. The big advantage having 4 balls.
Oh, 100%.
There we go.
Skinner's out, but then a ricochet hitch.
Unfortunate catch there, yeah. Nighthawks, beautiful reactions there.
Yeah, no, this
getting
is...
that rebound.
And that is just unlucky for Bees. It was a lovely play, getting Skinner out, who looked to cause a bit of chaos. So the ricochet there, lovely.
It was also great that they just used 2 of those balls to get that counter, because they did manage to hold on to ball possession to a certain extent. It's just very unfortunate with that rebound catch. Great dodging.
Nighthawks just coming off very well drilled, honestly, which is after especially quite a long break, is lovely to see.
Yeah, Nighthawks are clean this game. They're doing a fantastic job.
Lovely too.
Oh, that's unfortunate. It did look like it grazed over.
Number 20 Oscar there for Nighthawks. Very honest on either way, to be honest. I'm not sure if I can call that out. It's always nice to see players call themselves
Honesty
out when
is
they
the
are
best
hit.
policy.
Oh, yeah, lovely.
Ooh, unfortunate double counter, but it is a 1-for-1, and is that another hit? No, no hit there.
Block there from Skinner.
So
Johnson and Brennan both out there, yeah.
It is 3 versus 2 at the moment. Nighthawks goes back double counter and it pays off.
Tom Walsh there with a lovely shot to back knee. I believe that's minute sets there for the end of the half. The Nighthawks having a very comfortable 10-0 lead. So maybe we'll see a bit of chaos here. We'd love a good chaos 1-minute sets, or if... I know it looks like it might be just half time. Sam Mason is gesturing. 1-1. Half time it looks like. Half time. Nighthawks with a very comfortable 10-0 lead.
discussion between Sandwich and some of the Bees players.
I'm not sure if it is half time.
No, they're leading. The Nighthawks are lining up again.
Yeah.
So it could be another minute set here.
Let's see what the rest say. It looks like a 1 minute set.
Very hard to hear. It's a very noisy hall. Lots of commotion going on, but we love to see. Love the atmosphere. Yeah. It's just so lovely being back in St George's Park.
It is, isn't it? It's such a exhilarating vibe. I think there's a lot of energy in the hall. You can really feel everyone excited to get back into National League.
And then,
Fortunate hit there on tee.
Aki there.
Great accuracy from the Nighthawks team.
Seems to be complimented over and over again there. Like we've got 3 ball here coming from Nighthawks. Oh, a lovely trade there from Malone onto the 5 there for Nighthawks. But also he's absolute winger. Like it's been taken out, so he's still with a Nighthawks advantage.
Ooh, 2 hits there from Bees. 3 hits now.
Wow,
That's a game changer.
That was a lovely set of play there from Bees.
Let's see if they'll get their first set in the half.
I've seen Nighthawks in a down position before. I'm coming back. But 2 balls. We've got Tom and Oscar in there for Nighthawks. If he's
They have the luxury of just taking it really slow, releasing those single balls nice and wide, making sure they don't get caught.
yeah, I don't think Bees really actually just want to be out of time. Trying to get hit there and a catch.
That's so unfortunate.
So
Nighthawks are now even with Bees.
Wow, that was a 2-player swing there.
You can see the Bees are quite frustrated. Ooh, fantastic block from Nighthawks. Well, it's a draw, so that's the first point over to Bees. And that is half time. So the teams will swap over to the other side now. We'll have Nighthawks closer to the camera and Bees further away, closer to the wall side.
Half time with the 11-1 at the half there. Honestly, Nighthawks could be very pleased with that. Been down in sets and managed to pull it back, and they've been up in sets and managed to clean out. So I don't think Nighthawks have much to talk about. Just keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, that's right.
If you were Bees, what would you be saying?
Let's have a look. I mean, they are very intent, very focused. It did seem like some of the Bees players were quite disheartened, especially in that last set where they were up by players, but you know, an unfortunate
couple of
series
catches,
of events, and they ended up drawing that set. But you know, there is potential there. I think player 0. I'm guessing that is the captain. Can't quite see it.
Well, that's Sam Wrench. That is for Bees in the 0. I believe he's. No, it's not. Stan Benz is the captain for Bees. I don't actually know who that player is, unfortunately, I'm afraid. Sorry. Could be. I believe it's actually number 30 who I was saying was Sanderson.
I think 0 is Sam Wrench.
Yeah, 0 is Sam Wrench, but the captain for Bees, I believe,
I see.
could be number 30, Sanderson.
What do you think the conversation was having?
Hard one, because it's not like one area where they're getting picked off in it.
Right.
They seem to be across the boards, like.
Just that the Nighthawks team is so well drilled, aren't they?
Yeah,
they work as a cohesive unit.
I think maybe capitalising more on these multiple throws.
Yeah.
They've had 4 balls multiple times and haven't really been getting many hits.
And perhaps just a bit more cover on those cases where a ball rebounds and they can go for a catch. Maybe if Bees are just a bit more present to support, cover their teammates, that could help. But
A lot of jubilation really coming out from Nighthawks there off the team huddle. As we were saying, all the right to them. Okay. On the other half, just waiting on the referees to have a quick chat. Hey, on some other games that are going on, we've got Eagles versus A again in League 1. Got Soldier Bees versus Storm 3, League 2, and then Carmarthen Wizards versus, I believe that's Coventry 2. Coventry Silverbacks 2.
Yep, or both in League 2. All very interesting games. I don't think today there's been a game that really hasn't like full of excitement as we start the second half. Skinner winning that middle ball, immediately taking Mackie out, but the trade there from Alan onto captain.
Definitely worthwhile trade.
Yeah, no. Nice for Bees to get that trade, and as we start this second half off, at least I was going to say equal. Them being down so much, and then the Bees winger is really getting picked up quite a lot by both Skinner and Skinner mainly, which seems to really have his number. Brooke Cousins there with some nice blocking. And let's see here. Free ball, hopefully, maybe a multi-attack here. They are down. Single ball straight to Dom Johnson, who takes it very cleanly.
Yeah, unfortunate. That did aim a little bit too high, didn't it? Especially with those single balls, you need to be super careful.
Dom Johnson especially is just a very apt catcher. So maybe picking it, I don't know. I was going to say pick a different target, but honestly, I don't know who else I'd throw out. And then, oh no, we've got Theo out again for Nighthawks and Skinner.
1-for-1 trade there.
I think it was actually a 2-for-1 there. On the side of positive for Bees, but there are still 2 players down here. And Theo gets caught again in for the second time in any sets. We've got Brooke Cousins with a very powerful ball going all the way into the stands there. And just gets traded out by Tom Walsh. Perfectly done there. We love to see it. So then Nighthawks continuing where they left off in the
Again, this will be the team's first game of this season, so it definitely does come with a lot of nerves, a lot of opportunity to warm up. I think I myself played a couple of games. First game was a lot worse than the second one. You know, it's been a summer of not league games, you know, a few opens here and there.
Yeah, no, opens very much are different to the National League.
Absolutely.
Short games.
These National League games are a lot longer, require a lot more strategy, not as chaotic.
And it's really the main revenue where it isn't wall-to-wall, which comes into massive strategic value.
Absolutely. And do we know if any of the players are quite new to the team this season?
So, as I was saying earlier, Henry Skinner's just moved from Meteors onto Nighthawks. Right. I believe they've only played maybe one open with him. I'm not sure if they've played this full roster together, but you wouldn't be able to tell for Nighthawks. Bees, Brennan, again.
Oh, beautiful catch there from Bees.
Yeah, Bees, again, very... a lot of familiar faces on the Bees side. Got Brennan from View again. A winger who I don't know, but could be through and through.
And there is a particular element of getting to know how the team plays. Ooh, a bit of a chaotic moment.
Dom Johnson with a lovely trade there. Catch straight into taking Mackie out as well. 2-for-1. Totally done there by Dom Johnson for Nighthawks. He's hopefully pleased with that. Getting a nice tap on the back from
quite a lot of casualties in that last round.
Go from very much all to nothing to everything very quickly.
Yeah, it does.
Nighthawks again with a lovely cover there by number 36 for Nighthawks, who went to try and get the try and ricochet catch off to try and keep him in, but like it didn't work. And the end of the set again with another win from Nighthawks, giving us 15-1 here. Can't hold them. I'm very scared to play them in a couple of weeks. It's going to be a very intense game. 3 balls there secured by Nighthawks, but a bit of a fumble, so taking it slow. And straight up to Jack Hilton, we got out there by number 5.
Positioning was great, the technique was great, it was just quite a powerful throw.
Yeah, looked like you.
Just like it happened here, Nighthawks on a hit instead of a catch.
That's Tom Walsh out there. Very sorry player. A lovely block there by number 5.
and I don't have my glasses on, so I can't actually. Miley, I believe. Sorry, Miley, if this is wrong. I'm sure you're watching this back.
Oh, beautiful block upwards. There was an opportunity for a catch there, but decided to. Again, like if you don't.
G Whiteley, I was.
Right, there you go, Whiteley. Sometimes there is that great opportunity when a ball gets blocked upwards for you to go and get that catch, but if you're not 100% certain, sometimes it is worth just leaving that catch instead of getting hit.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to consider when that ball gets blocked up. What you obviously want someone to be covering you with hopefully like another free ball. You also want probably an enemy player is probably going to be throwing at you, so you have to keep that in mind.
Absolutely, you need to consider all the risks involved.
A lot of split seconds.
Bees have ended up
Lovely throwing there.
3 players up, which was
2 players up now.
now 2.
Yeah, Casta Curse. Cousins there out. The Bees shots are very accurate there.
That is
Two
unfortunate.
hits, a ricochet hit there on top of
Ricochet
Brennan.
rebound from the left-hand player's foot onto the right-hand player.
Just like that, Nighthawks have made a 5-2 down into a 2-2.
It is the commenter's curse.
I mean, I do keep praising Nighthawks, so I guess it's just Bees. Got to apologise, Manchester. Lovely blocks there from number 5, Jeff Finlay.
Deciding to hold those balls or go for the counter.
No, Finley's out. Apologise. That could be Hawks on the 5 on the right there. And a lovely cross court there on to number 40. Nighthawks 2v1 advantageous position, just Sam Wrench left in for Bees. Gets the first hit onto number 5, so number 36, who's been in the position before and was managed to catch, so let's again. Low throw by Sam Wrench, and quite a wide.
Looks like an invalid, and the rest call
the
it.
invalid is called.
Right, so that set goes to Bees.
Yeah, Bees first set actually there.
Full set. They
Full
did get
set.
a draw.
They did get that 1 point from the draw, but 15-3. But yeah, a bit of hand waving there from Sam Wrench, but yeah, invalid was called in the end. Like,
Timeout calls.
false start for Bees calls. Looks like Brennan maybe there. So we're either going to see 5 balls here for Nighthawks, or maybe just a maybe Bees is going to sacrifice themselves. Oh, they're just restarting the set.
When a false start happens, what happens to the timer?
The false start, so the set timer gets paused. Both timers get paused.
Right. But those seconds still do count towards.
Yes. Yeah, it'd just be a restart from like maybe the whole like time doesn't go back to 0. It just gets stopped and started again, as it would be like a timeout. I don't think it was a false start in the end. I think it just restarted the set, maybe because of that ball that came on from the other court. And then B's down to 5 players. Again, I feel like I'm just repeating myself here. Lovely shot on to Halpin there. Very strong. 2 very strong wingers here for Nighthawks, and the 3rd ball coming. What happened? Probably just another single ball. I thought that was a bounce, but now through. But that was a 1-for-1 for B, so that's something to be proud of.
They are going in for those counters with the opportunity arises. It is difficult because Nighthawks is choosing to release those single balls most of the time, so.
They're just not giving Bees any space. When you're ahead like this is all you need to do. You just stop them out, really. Don't need to go for the flashy plays, just play basic, boring dodgeball. Like, as much as it might be boring to watch, it's how you win game, really. This might be, see if Brennan can pull out any wizardry here. No, just another hit. Nighthawks up to 17-3. A change here for Nighthawks with Tom and Finney coming off for Nighthawks with Dom Johnson and Henry Skinner going back on. I believe Nighthawks actually lost Dom Smith over the summer interval, but doesn't look to have affected them too much.
as strong as ever after they were champions of League 1 last year, League 2, sorry, and that promotion up into League 1. Very, very strong.
There was beautiful jump dodge there from the left-hand winger on Bees. It was a 1-for-1 trade, so it's 5 players versus 5. Oh, 4 players versus 5. On Bees side, 5 on Nighthawks.
And probably just another single ball here. Just
Reaction was right. It was just a little bit too slow considering the pace of that ball.
couldn't took his knees on him as much. Oh, Skinner's out there, and Brennan. Oh, that is unlucky again.
Save himself. There was a rebound there. He went for the catch. It clipped his fingers, but it did fly up into the sky, and number 55 managed to make that catch.
Yeah, that was a rebound off, I believe, Theo, and then another catch there as well. Yeah. Nighthawks are just sinking catch after catch. Very impressive. Yeah, about maybe 2 more sets here left. Timeout called, I believe, for Nighthawks.
It is quite difficult as well when it's just you left on the court, 1 versus however many players. You know, there is a lot of pressure, especially if you have more than 2 balls, 3, 4, 5 balls. You need to release that ball. The opposition knows a single ball is coming, so you really, really need to focus on that accuracy and not give away that catch.
Oh, yeah. Being in a 1vx situation is always good.
Absolutely.
And especially for the B situation as well. If they were maybe ahead, they could just throw a couple of single balls, really just go off the play ball call, waste more time, but it seems a bit of I think it is an insurmountable goal at the moment. They're just too far behind. But hopefully they can get some good things in last 2 sets that we can maybe take into their next game. Because if I'm Bees, I'm probably thinking about the next game now. Just trying to get on mental reset. Or playing later. Don't actually know who they are playing later. Oh, it's Rangers later. Rangers, which again will be another tough game. Yeah. Rangers 2 had a good season last year. I believe came 4th. And Nighthawks have got. I don't actually know. I'll find that out.
Have a quick look.
Yeah. But if they play like this, like whoever it is, it's going to be a hard ask. So going into these, this number 40 from Bees really isn't having the best game. He's really getting picked on by Henry Skinner mainly. But he's obviously seeing a weakness in the Bees lineup. Oh, and then Dom Johnson there drops the catch, and Skinner's out. Nice counter, but somehow, even in these sort of 1-for-1 trades, Bees always seem to come out behind, which is a shame for them. But it just really shows the Nighthawks standard of play, really. Oh, and Sam Wrench with a nice ricochet catch, and then, but also, I believe he was hit out. And a catch was then caught on the sides, but I think the referees are just going to talk about, see what's happening here.
So what it looked like was a catch from the east side, the person who fought
got clipped
hit
in the
out,
ball, yeah.
And then whilst the opposite winger on the B side was trying to stop that catch, the ball, and the Nighthawk team got that catch. But it all happened very quickly. We may have missed something. The referees definitely need to just come together and that's why it's just so important to have multiple referees, especially in large court, cover as much ground as you can, multiple angles.
It's so important when you are refereeing to really pay attention. Okay, looks like 36 is out, but someone is back in for Nighthawks.
It looks like 36 is thrown, but made the catch. I believe.
I think he was probably. I think he was a catch on both sides then, because one Nighthawks got a feather. So 2-on-1 here for Nighthawks. Oh no! A drop there for Bees. Oops, I forgot to restart the timer. Very. There's about 3 minutes left of the half, we have to imagine, so maybe 2 sets. Sets before, but that was closed out quite nicely.
You did ask who Nighthawks are playing next. They have a match against Beagles,
Oh.
which will be streamed.
This
So
will be a good match.
2 games after this one, so not the next one, but one after. Oh, 2 hits on Nighthawks. 2 hits also on Bees, so we're left with
4
only 4
on
players.
4. Here we are. Let's see if Bees can get the last couple of points. Maybe they've got 3 balls. Hopefully they can make some hits here. But we'll have to. Yeah, the Nighthawks Beagles match should be a good match. Oh,
Great hit from Bees. Again, single ball, but much better position.
No, it was very. It very much made him fish for it. Placed it to his side. Maybe tested his hubris. Nice block there from Walsh. And a 3-ball attack. Very much, there's no panic in it. The play ball got called, they just reset and threw together. It's honestly what you look to see as like a coach. Just a lover of dodgeball, really. Stand bench release there onto Finney.
3 versus 3
Three.
at the moment.
Yeah, probably about 2 minutes left of the game. Some nice trades there, but again another ricochet catch for Nighthawks. I think that must be about their 5th one of the match. Like they are just their reaction times for these are just honestly amazing. And down to last player in for Bees of Jack Halpin. Throws a single. Looks like he's going to stay on the side of Nighthawks, so they aren't going to have to throw. Just a single out from Inner. And the catch from.
Grab that right through the air. Great catch from Nighthawks. And I think this will be the last set. Let's have a look. So games coming after this are Rangers 2 versus Spartans 2, followed by Nighthawks versus Eagles, followed by Cyclones versus Virtue, and the final game of today will be Bees versus Leeds, all in the men's one.
Yeah, Bees will have a thing.
Oh, beautiful coping from Nighthawks. That's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
He tried to move his foot, it was just played.
And then two lovely hits there for Bees. Back to a 4-on-4 in this probably last set of the game. Block there from inside. 3 balls to them. Dom Johnson taking up the wing. I love Dom. I guess I love it.
Fantastic dodge.
Jack Halpin goes down. Brew goes down. Two quick losses there for Bees and nothing for Nighthawks. 40 seconds. Oh, the set time is about right.
Fantastic. Look at us doing it.
I know, right? Like professionals or something.
Ooh,
lovely.
Great counter from Bees. Oh, are they not calling that a hit? No?
I thought that was a hit.
Yep.
But
well, that's why you have 6 refs.
yeah. Full ball there. And a lovely trade on to Tom Walsh from Brennan.
So it is 2v2. Oh no, 2v3. My
3v2,
mistake.
yeah. 3 balls for Bees.
20 seconds left. There is an opportunity here for
Block.
Bees to get a few more points in the second half.
Another block from Dom.
But it is getting a little bit chaotic.
Yeah, just seeing out the set at this point.
Go together.
2 balls. Lovely block. Didn't need to throw it. They knew they'd won.
And that is time.
That is game. I believe that is full time with a 25-3 score to Nighthawks. Yeah, coming into this match, thought it might be quite a close match, but honestly, Nighthawks just look amazing. Like they really came out, really well-structured team, lovely throwing, lovely catching, lovely communication as well. So honestly, can't fault them. Difficult game to have had by Bees though. Showed some glimpses of some nice throwing, but overall we were just run over basically by Nighthawks. Hopefully they can, both these next 2 games for either of them are on this, we're about to see how they both bounce back after this.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of learnings there to take from Bees, so we're excited to see how they fare for the rest of the season. I'm sure they'll have lots of things to discuss, go back, train on, improve, and yeah, we're excited to see what happens next with Bees and Nighthawks. So the next game will be Rangers 2 versus Spartans 2. That will start in 5 or 10 minutes.
Well, it looks like we're going to have to love you and leave you because I am playing now, so...
Best of luck, Sam.
Thank you. Hope you all had a good time, but see you soon.
And we will be back shortly.
Mic's on. So we're just waiting for the line refs to arrive on court before they can get started. MK are running a tiny bit late there. No, not. There you go. Is Spartans 2s against Rangers 2s?
Yes. Spartans 2 recently promoted from last year. Very close season. Rangers 2 sitting just outside of promotion to the Super League. If my memory serves me correct.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready to start?
Oh, is it not actually on?
Oh, no.
I switched it on. There you go. They can hear that gash.
Oh.
Right. I looked away for a second and 2 Spartans are out. Yeah, so it should be an interesting match because, in theory, a team that almost got promoted should, do fairly decently well against a team that had just been promoted in the same league. But at the same time, like you said, Spartans have had quite a lot of new recruits, have expanded a lot as a club recently. Incredibly strong Spartans 2's side.
Considering you've got lovely catches out there.
Fantastic catch there.
And a block.
Oh, a little trip running backwards there from Rangers. But no injury, it looks like. That's
It just shows the depth that the Spartans club as a whole have at the moment. Considering we have a player who played at Euro and had a decent amount of game time and then went to Worlds GB, who was playing for the seconds.
That's a hit against Rich Carr there. Didn't quite manage to dodge out the way and then obviously landed on the line as well. So that's a double out, actually, for Rich there.
Recently married. Congratulations, Rich.
Congratulations, Rich. If you're rewatching this, obviously he is not watching it right now. That's 4 Rangers left against 3 Spartans.
4 balls.
Yeah. Rangers can afford to give away possession there of 4 balls because there are only 3
and
Spartans.
Catch made! Lovely pick up from Alex Such there.
Brilliant. And that brings on Keys, I believe. Looks like it from here.
There. Lovely throwing from Jack. Oh. Yeah, on the close side, according to the new regulations, that should.
Oh. An apology at least from. That's good. Looks like Wilkie is okay in the outbox as well.
Incredible wilting from Alex Such there.
But yeah, that catch obviously massively changes the tide of the game. It went from 4v3 to now 3v2 for Spartans, so that's a really, really clutch time to make a catch. Oh, just missed it there. 3v1.
1 Spartans with AC. Likely block in wait for possession.
Yeah, there you go, block and wait for possession. Go. 2 balls, that's exactly what Spartans would want right now. Go in with a running counter as soon as possible. Or not.
Or
just wait for a good opportunity.
They'll most likely be looking just to. Josh.
Great pressure there from Josh.
Spartans most likely just be looking to run the clock down.
There you go, run the clock out. Nice and easy. That is a fantastic start for Spartans. Yeah, couldn't have really faulted it. Very, very, very strong start. They play a very, very quick game, Spartans.
But we've got. The ref has asked Tetley to switch top because it's too similar.
That is very fair. It is exactly the same colour.
It is a very similar colour. Switching for Alex Harrison, arguably a much, much faster ball. So let's see how this goes.
And Rangers win the ball on the quick start this time.
9-volt ball though. Spartans 1 up with 2 balls.
Great dodge there from Alex. Just managed to get his body down under after initially dodging towards the ball.
Coming in again.
Good block. Nice steady gameplay there from Spartans.
Even though these might be the seconds, very much do very well drilled, well practiced teams that are going to be staying calm up until pretty much the last 30 seconds of the match.
Absolutely. It's always interesting watching 2 seconds teams play against each other because it's you know, they gain that benefit of having coaching that is of the caliber to get you into the league above, but they're, you know, not quite there yet. And so you can see, you know, that skill level as far as their dodgeball intelligence, but the actual playing is a fraction slower than
maybe missing just the top polish leg
exactly.
to
it makes it a very
to reach the car there, but lovely return from that.
It's a very tactical game at this level. It's really good.
Actually, both teams benefiting from having extensive experience playing at St George's Park.
Yeah, exactly. They'll have been training against their ones, so you know, can't get much better training than that.
Rangers still throwing a lot of singles.
Not quite managing to actually get the hits on the singles.
No.
5 Spartans against 3 Rangers. Good block there from Josh.
Lovely toe shot by Wilkie.
Down to 2 Rangers. That kind of situation, you know, a 1-for-1 is absolutely fine.
All 3 balls,
Yeah.
2 hits.
Not much you can really do there to get out of the way. It's, 2 high balls, 1 low ball. Pretty much no way out. That's 2 sets to Spartans, so they're on 4-0 Rangers.
We've now got Telly appears to have joined the Warwick University team.
Don't all the Spartans eventually, or vice versa.
I believe a few of the players here on court today are actually playing in the University Open tomorrow as well, in Nottingham. Oh, an unlucky catch from Rangers there. At it.
Yeah, actually, or all these guys have graduated by.
I believe Josh might just qualify through something. I'm
Hilarious.
not sure what.
Hilarious if so.
Kind of like when you see Brett playing for DMU at the Uni Championship.
Exactly. Ooh, that was a very, very good shot. Fantastic. There you go. Rangers are managing to get their singles to land now. Very good stuff.
Spartans for Rangers. Lovely dodge from Alex Such again.
Again, dodging in the direction that the ball was heading in, but manages to just get his legs out of the way in time. Good tracking shot from Rangers, I'd imagine, but not quite enough to get Alex Such out.
You'd really be wanting to look for a second follow-up ball. Unlucky there.
Yeah.
Rangers really should have hit that shot. I know you don't want to be sometimes in that situation.
But they did at least manage to get Dan Doherty out there, because he did delay
I think that was a rebound off the,
Oh,
off the hit.
So he got himself out.
Rangers, yes.
That's hilarious. Well done, Dan.
Lovely control there from Spartans, holding for the 4 ball. Three against 1. Spartans favour, 2 Spartans with.
I believe that there was just team sheets up for a while there, but it should now be showing the match properly. Sorry for that. And you get the footage back just in time to see Spartans close out yet another set against Rangers.
Well, now 6-0 to Spartans with about 9 minutes, I want to say.
Depends if the clock on that screen is correct. It's wrong. Yeah, probably about 9 minutes.
About 9 minutes.
Some technical difficulties. Yeah. Tricky. That's 3 sets that Rangers have lost that, you know, I don't know what they would have been feeling going into this match, but I reckon they would have thought it would be 3 sets immediately down. So, yeah, have to wonder if they lose this one, are they going to call a timeout and regroup and just get their heads together?
Yeah, I generally find it. Oh, unlucky. Fox catch again from Rangers. I I definitely do find that after about losing 3 sets in a row,
I'm surprised.
About timeout.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they actually didn't call it already. I think probably the wiser choice would be to call. It's not as if they were losing the sets by marginal difference, right? It's 3 Spartans getting them out, 4 Spartans getting them out, that kind of thing. It's really time to regroup for them. Oh, fantastic catch there. That brings them up by 1 player compared to Spartans. That's 4 Rangers against 3 Spartans. Maybe they don't even need a head reset. Maybe they can just do it without a timeout.
They always say the catches are the biggest thing you can have in a match.
Yeah.
It just creates such a good feeling when you get the decent catch like that as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Catch is already one of the most valuable things you can do, just as far as it gives you an extra player, takes out one of theirs, but on top of that, the mental change that affects on your team is amazing.
Whoop. It being called by line ref and then bounced by others.
Yep.
Lovely blocking. Spartans' blocking really seems to have been on point so far today.
Yeah,
they're getting the blocks they need, they're keeping the balls in their side, keeping that. Such a key part to winning in St George's Park.
Free balls for Rangers now. What they do with it? Lovely shot against John. That is definitely how you get John Wilkie out. Get him on his toes when he jumps. He does love a good jump.
Jack Warren left.
1v3 though, wouldn't put him past him.
Absolutely not. He is very good at pulling it out of the bag when he needs it to. Right there, hit against the Rangers player.
Apologies to Rangers fans as well for the fact we don't know the Rangers players' names. We've unfortunately got 2 commentators who have Spartans links, so there's a small amount of bias going on, I believe, in the commentator box right now.
I wouldn't say bias, just that we don't quite know.
Yeah, I'm not quite familiar with those names yet, but give it a season and we'll get there. Have you commentated before?
I haven't commentated dodgeball before.
What have you commentated?
I had to commentate my university's Attribution tournament when we were playing varsity against Royal Holloway.
Fantastic. It's very transferable skill to this, I'm sure.
Exactly.
Incredibly similar game.
I'd argue dodgeball is a lot more interesting.
Glad to hear you say it.
So Rangers taking that step back to bring it to a 6.
Jack just couldn't seem to get any hits against their players. Did manage to get one of them out, but would have needed to get at least one more out to get that to a draw. So very, very good dodging and good time management for Rangers there to just keep calm and keep the set out.
Spartans bringing on their newest substitute and newest Elliot Webb, previously of Milton Keynes Cyclones.
Wearing a shirt that is about 4 sizes too large for him.
He is, in fact, tending to be David Poole today.
I do think it's hilarious to give not necessarily the tallest player in Men's League One a shirt from one of the largest.
Lovely catch from Richard there.
Brilliant catch. That's managed to get his whole body underneath it.
Sometimes you just don't know what it's meant to do against players who can throw through the free throw and then get the catch off them as well.
Exactly. Nothing you can really do to get him out there.
Lovely cross-court shot there.
The interesting thing as well about bringing Elliot Webb onto this team is that he is a left-handed player, and so they put him on the left wing there. It is much easier to throw as a left-handed thrower on your left wing and as a right-handed thrower on your right wing. So this is really good as far as balancing out the team and bringing in that extra little something that left-handed players do bring to dodgeball.
I apologise if you hear any laughing.
Yeah, we blame Wessex entirely.
Oh, lovely dodge from Josh there. Little pirouette to keep things interesting.
Yeah, it's they're looking pretty unshakable, this Spartan side. That's no outs. Oh no, Jack Warren's out, I guess.
Jack Warren
was substituted. Yeah, that's no outs against 4 Rangers out. That's quite a pretty stat for them there.
Spartans seem to be very, very much in control of the game.
Yeah.
Oh, unlucky.
Good little fake there from Alex Such, forcing a nice little jump from the Ranger. Always nice when you manage to fake so well that they dodge completely. Oh, lovely catch out there. Not sponsored.
Happens to match the name of a up-and-coming podcast.
Oh, up and coming?
Up and coming.
Up and coming. I feel like we've already up and aim. Please don't to use that audio snippet for anything ever work.
I think we both know it's too late.
Yeah, it is gone. That ship sailed. Oh! So close to managing to get the catch there.
Excellent for Spartans to come for the follow-up throw as well.
That could have changed the tide of that game very easily there. Would pull it up to a 3v3. What a shame. At this point, really would be thinking of calling a timeout for Rangers. Interesting to see why they're not doing that. But maybe they're not surprised by this outcome. Maybe this was how they thought the game was going to go. Maybe they think it's closer than it is. They have had some good plays. It just does feel as if Rangers, their singles are getting blocked or dodged by Spartans, whereas Spartan singles are really meeting their target. That being said, as I was saying that, the Rangers did manage to get very good. We have noticed that happens a lot when you're commentating. You start to make a point and then immediately get proven wrong by the team in question. Oh. Things him off the knee there.
Personally, do struggle sometimes to want to have to duck down onto my knees. It creates such a solid barrier. Unless you're trapping it. Just going to ping off your kneecap, and there's nothing you can really do about it.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends really on where the opposition managed to get it. That was a lovely little hit from John Wilkie.
Yeah,
Did not want to get past that. Yeah, not to break the headshot rule.
Or to hit himself back out.
Yeah, proof that you can actually hit people without doing headshots at point-blank range. Yeah, it's tricky. Dropping down to your knees to make a catch, some people could get it to work. It all depends on the angles of it are very complicated. So unfortunate that Rangers didn't manage to get it there, but clearly they know that they can get those catches. There have been a couple fumbled catches. And to me, that's always a sign that these are players that back themselves, know that they can make catches and just haven't quite got their heads into the game yet. 11-2 though, that's not the right scoreline.
It's a very hard scoreline to come back from.
That's surely 11-3.
That is very true.
I started saying 11-2, that's a hard scoreline to come back from. I was like, that can't be right.
I always thought that dodgeball actually lies on the outside of dodge. And then as soon as it comes to... No, I don't. As soon as it comes to either counting set points, how many players there are on a court, none of us seem to be able to count to 5 or 6.
We're announcing the number of balls the team has. That's always a fun one to listen to everyone go through all the numbers between 1 and 5.
Yeah. And then by the time you get to the right number, someone's probably thrown a single.
Yeah, it's all changed again. Right, what would you be saying then if you were the Rangers? This is my favourite question. If you were in that huddle there for Rangers, what would you be saying right now?
I would be looking at the fact that Spartans very much dumping everything on a very high dodge. Not been any kind of real ducking involved, maybe for much keep. And you kind of want singles aren't connected. At the end of the day, you still people out if you've got the right theory, and if what you're doing isn't working, then you need to change it.
You need to change it up, exactly. I think that's the thing. They're kind of stuck in a situation where they have their own playing style, but that playing style is clearly not working right now, so they're going to have to switch into a different style, which tricky. Obviously, you play a style that's your best style, so going to plan B doesn't necessarily always work out very well, but 11-3, 11-2, that's... What is the scoreline?
It should be 11-3.
11-3, thank you.
There we go.
Thank you to our tech team. Yeah, you've got to do something there, and yeah, they're just not connecting on the singles, so Part of me wonders as well if maybe throwing in a fake so that way you can start to track where people are dodging. That might be something to do. We haven't really seen that very much. We haven't seen very many pre-throws either.
Bit of an animated conversation going on with refs there. Captain.
Curious to know what that was.
Well, we'll see if we can get a pitchside interview later.
Yeah, Rangers normally a very loud and boisterous club, I guess, which tends to cause issues. Yes, passions. Cause a few issues with refs, but actually we haven't really seen that in this match.
It's been very, everybody's been very well behaved so far.
Yeah.
It's not been
too shouty.
taking their hit. Nobody's trying to pretend they're still in.
Ooh.
Lucky there.
Lovely hit there against Dan Doherty. Great catch from Alex, which brings it down straight back in after he touched the outbox with his foot slightly. Spartans giving away 4 balls of possession. That's
quite uncharacteristic.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic.
Very lucky there, as Rangers did call the hot on the free throw from Richard.
But they'll have 4 balls back again because ball retrievers didn't quite manage to get it back in time. Spartans.
One thing I've always noticed is that retrieving at St George's Park almost puts you more out of it than playing does.
Oh yeah,
got such a long
so
way
much
to
running.
run.
Yeah. Good dodge there from Rangers. Good, 5v5. They're looking a little bit more in it, but they did also get possession, which, you know, if you get 4 balls, you don't have to throw singles, though they're not throwing singles anymore.
Such an rugby
that was a great double throw against Alex Such, which is exactly what we were saying. If they're not hitting with singles, go with 2 throws. He managed to dodge out the way the first one, the second one hit him.
Spartans seem to have listened in on us as well.
Yeah, Spartans following in suit as well.
Especially I've noticed, whilst there are massive arms in League 1 and League 2, it's not still yet quite to the same speed and power that you sometimes see. Whilst there are some people you could argue go too strong and you just can't easily catch.
Yeah.
Whilst in League 1 is very much not that situation. We've seen catches from most people. We have to take singles most of the time, so single is still quite a risky play to do, but it's all about finding balance with getting possession and only giving away 1 ball, or potentially getting the hit and getting 2, giving away 4 balls instead.
Yeah, no, it's a tricky one. I mean, the Spartans side as well, Spartans 2s, you know, compared to Spartans 1s, they're about a foot shorter on average, I'd say. I don't think that's unfair. And you know, that does feed into this thing with arm power. You do get a lot more power from your throw if you've just got longer arms. But then on the flip side, you know, this is an incredibly springy team. Both of these teams, I'd say, are quite springy, quite difficult to hit.
Catch there from Rangers.
So, you know, it does sort of balance out overall. You end up with a slightly different dynamic to Super League, where it's not just hinging on being the hardest thrower possible. Fantastic.
Unlucky there. Double hit from Spartans.
Yeah, very good pairing on their throws there. And that wins them the set.
We'll be looking across at other courts whilst they're resetting. We have Virtue versus Sheriffs happening on court 1. Rhondda versus MK Cyclones 2 on court 3, and Derby Phantoms versus...
I don't know who that is.
Nice that kid.
No, but I can tell you that the score is 8-6 on that court to Derby, whereas I can't tell you any of the other score lines for these other courts because we're not actually... I know it's 5-9 to Virtue on that court against Sheriffs.
Oh, time's been... Not quite sure why. Players restarted. Spartan throwing 3 balls, but getting 2 hits from it.
Yeah, makes it all worthwhile, doesn't it?
Lovely 1-for-1 trade there for Spartan. Again, just comes down to getting those early hits out. Means you want to take 1-to-1s.
Oh, is there a catch made as well? Dan straight back in again.
Wow. Lovely hit.
That's twice for Dan Doherty doing that. And Spartans giving a very loud cheer there, as I'm pretty sure they're convinced they are mathematically unlikely to lose now. Very, very hard for Rangers supporters back now.
I do not want to jinx it, but yes, it will be. Yeah.
You know,
Just quickly checking
wouldn't
the
put it past
score
them.
card
I've seen in Women's Super last year, the Spartans v Rangers match there had a pretty similar scoreline, and then Rangers managed to pull it back to a draw. So it is possible. It's just tricky and relies somewhat on Spartans losing their heads.
Well, he's just having some crowd interference from the Nighthawks. Five refs have been called in for a decision.
Yep.
I think it might just be more of a briefing to the line refs to potentially switch on a bit.
Yeah. And a couple zoned out looking line refs in sensitive situations. Rangers obviously taking the opportunity to really huddle down and talk about how on earth they're going to pull 6 sets out of the bag back to back. It's going to be tricky to win that.
Not seem to be turning into a very good day for the Bedford Rangers as a whole.
What were their other scorelines?
So, my knowledge, Rangers won, lost both Meteors, and Spartans won.
Yeah.
So Spartans won was a very close match, and it couldn't honestly have gone either way. Just lucky catches on both sides.
Yeah. And their women obviously lost both of their matches. First to the other Bedford team, Bedford Eagles, and then to who was their other match? Sorry, someone's trying to distract us and doing a very good job of it. Yeah, so not a fantastic day for Rangers at the moment, though obviously they've still got one more match after this, right?
Yep.
For Rangers 2. So maybe they can pull a solitary win out of the bag. Oh, a fantastic rebound catch for Josh Keys there that I believe brings Richcast straight back in. They're really loving doing those catches that bring people back in immediately. Bit of discussion by the refs, and he's not actually back in.
Oh no,
he is
going
back in.
the other day. Everybody just likes to see Richard run.
Yeah, no, we just want to get him to do laps.
Dodge again.
Very good dodge. I thought he was for sure going to be out again, to be honest.
Just again, the end of the day, we've got.
Yeah.
You can't just rely on line faults in matches.
Yeah, and they're just not quite managing to find their targets, the Rangers are, whereas the Spartans have done pretty well to find them over and over again. An interesting attempt at a dodge there from Josh Keys by lying down on the court.
I've just had the information. I know what the new kit is that we didn't recognise. It is Leicester Mustangs.
Oh, is that the new Mustangs?
I do believe the second one had already hit him, but
yeah,
you want to catch it.
You want to do it just in case. You never know. That was right through the fingertips as well. He did actually get a touch on it, but didn't quite.
That was. I have no words, Richard.
Yeah, no. That is impeccable play there by Rich Carr. Yeah, no,
I'm kind of lost the words now.
I was going to say, it's hard to really compose yourself as a Rangers right now, and actually, you know, it doesn't seem like anything they're doing is working, and if players
That would bring my emotions back up there.
that does it. That would do it. If players can just sort of pick out catches like that, that can really change the
whole
set.
mentality of the team as well.
Yeah.
Spartans coming in with their 2 ball.
Good block.
Lovely blocks.
Oh,
Dodging.
fantastic.
Richard unable to get his tombstone catch.
That was a lovely set of players there from Rangers. Really top quality stuff. Not a hit.
Not a hit.
It's always hard to tell from this angle. Richards was looking straight at him, so.
Time called.
Yeah, time called. That's a shame for Rangers. They were playing fantastically there, and I think if it had gone on for another 30 seconds, they might have actually managed to turn it around.
It just shows even though they lost that set, that catch has just lifted the whole mood of the team. The whole body language has changed.
not be much time left in the half now with that scoreline of 16-2.
I feel that this is all she wrote at this point. Oh yeah, lovely cross court. One thing that Spartans have definitely brought in a lot from Euros is cross court single.
Absolutely, yeah.
When you've got very, very big fakes coming from some very arguably scary people, it just takes your attention so much off what the opposite wing is doing. It's clearly working for them.
Yeah, cross-court singles quite hard to get the power behind them because it does have further to travel and players have longer to react, but you're not expecting it half the time, and it's not really something that I've seen that much in this league at least. Women's league neither. It's really good stuff.
Josh fishing for a catch there. Getting it animated out in the out box. Very quick on the draw. I've noticed that the retrievers still haven't quite picked up on the new rules change, so that we can pick up balls when they're on the line now. So,
yeah, I think it will take a while to adjust to that one. I don't think anyone wants to be responsible for retriever error, turnover as it's now called. I'm not really sure I like that name. That makes me think of baked goods.
Lovely cover there from Elliot, stopping Rangers going for the rebound catch.
I was a bit worried as well about that ball that bounced off of Josh. I thought sure that Spartans were going to go grab it, and they just let him go. To be honest,
they're very. You can still tell from the Spartans' body language that they don't mind too. This ball.
Yeah, I think for them they'll be happy if they can just be out of the set. Doesn't matter if they lose it.
They're being called by line refs, and a lovely follow up from 1-for-1.
Ooh, 1v1.
Oh no, Rangers has been brought back in.
Okay.
Ooh. Lovely barrel roll from Alex.
Yeah, fantastic. That's one of the most dynamic dodges I've seen in a while. Not sure he needed to do it that dynamically, but...
well, they always say big movements are getting success.
True, and to be fair, if you're the last player in, you've got the whole court to dodge as far as you want, whereas at the start with 6 players, you step 1 meter too far and you've collided with half the team.
Like,
sweat. I believe that is where Josh Keys' back made contact with the court, and that is a very sweaty man.
Yeah. It is lovely being back in St. George's Park, though. I've been in here since 8:30 this morning, so my nose has gotten used to the inevitable smell of body odour and deep heat that is definitely in the building at the moment.
Yeah, it's a real experience. You're really selling it right now.
Come along, have fun. It's great for all the family.
This is what British Dodgeball meant when they talk about come join in. It's all about deep heat and sweat. Ooh, just manages to stay in. I thought he was going to stumble over the line there on that side.
Alex Sutt's been very, very nimble so far today.
Oh, fantastic catch there.
Number 18, unfortunately,
Kate?
Great, maybe. Unfortunately, my eyesight is not good enough to be
I was
reading.
about to say, I do apologise. I am actually legally blind, so I can't read names on shirts.
I believe it is rate with an R.
Rate, nice.
I rate his catch.
Yeah, I absolutely rate that.
Time's been paused.
So how many times do you reckon he's heard that joke?
Not enough, I don't think.
I can always hear it one more time.
I would say the rating of the joke comes out of
Fantastic. That's a hard landing, yeah. But very, very good throw there from John Wilkie. at someone who's barreling straight at him.
Rebound catch.
Lovely catch from Dan Doxey.
I would almost want to argue that Spartans have made more catches off the rebounds than they have just full catches.
It'd be interesting to watch back and count that, actually. I do feel like they're making quite a lot off those rebounds.
Evers, you do love your numbers,
Yeah.
so if you want to get on it.
I'm sure there'll be some stats person in Spartans who'll work it out.
Lovely two-ball attack there, taking the...
Very good honesty from Josh as well. I'm not sure that the refs were 100% sure on it, but yeah, it sounds like he tried to block it, and obviously when your hand is on the ball and you do make a block, as long as it hits just your hand, it does count as a block, but it does look as if it hit his just above his wrist. So very, very good honesty.
Rangers now seem to have been switched on a bit and trying to put the pressure on.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I think it's come a little just too late in the game.
It's tricky. I have noticed throughout the day that the first matches that all the teams are playing, there are quite a lot of them that are struggling to warm up into the game. It's been months and months since we were back in this court, and it is a very specific venue. There is a sort of, I don't know, it affects you the way that you know, even just adjusting to the light and stuff like that. There's a certain amount of warming back up into the hall and to the experience of being at League. So you'd hope, having seen the way that Rangers have started to look a lot stronger in this second half.
I have very high hopes for their second match.
Yeah, exactly.
I do not have the schedule up in front of me to see who it is.
Yeah, that is another set for Spartan.
Pouring down into the highlight, let's say, of the second half.
Yeah, Rangers' other match will be against Thunder Dodge, I think. So that will be an interesting match to catch as well.
Thunder Dodge having some new players come join the club. It's always lovely to see some of the more older teams, maybe struggled a bit after COVID, coming back stronger and better.
Absolutely. I think, there was definitely a feeling last year that for some squads and some clubs, then it was a kind of a rebuilding year. So it's good to see that this season everyone's really come out in force again.
Always lovely seeing new faces.
Oh, absolutely.
So, it does also make me a bit sad knowing that there are junior players now getting old enough to join that. I don't think he would have rated that.
Yeah.
They can still hug it out though.
Yeah.
Always the best thing.
I mean, you have to in that situation. That's nobody's fault, is it?
Yeah. Watching some of the junior players come through into the adult leagues now, having already had 5-6 years experience playing dodgeball before they've even played adult, it has been a humbling experience for some people here today, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Not quite sure what happened at the end there with Lawrence Rangers, but yeah, not that it would have changed the outcome of the match or the set, to be fair. So very full time.
24 to Spartans.
Yeah, that is a rough scoreline for Rangers. I think they will have been thinking that they could have had it be a bit closer than that, but like you said, it kind of looked like they were warming up into it by the second half, or second half. So it'd be interesting to see what the scoreline is next time these two teams meet. But yeah, for now, we're moving on to...
I believe Thunder Dodge the Nighthawks by the look. Oh no,
That's Beagles
versus
Beagles.
Thunder Dodge.
Yeah.
Could be a very, very interesting.
So we'll come back when that match is starting. we're back with Nighthawks Eagles.
Two very strong teams. Both teams arguably aren't really too at home in League One.
Arguably. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's, should be an interesting match. Should be very close. Nighthawks got Henry Skinner, who's transferred over from Meteor. That's good signing
absolutely a show of confidence in his belief in the strength of the of what the club can offer. Because willingly moving away from it must have been a hard decision.
Absolutely. And he's been at that club for donkey's years, so big move for him. Good start for B.
Oh, lovely toe shot.
That was 2 toe shots as well. The pairing on that throw was fantastic. Very, very good accuracy, very good timing there. Brings it to 3-3. And back to 3-2. Just back and forth.
Nighthawks player down.
2 balls. Counter. Just get out of the way. 4 balls now.
4 balls.
Of course, the Beagles can afford to give 4 balls away because there are only 2 players and they only have 2 arms.
They're 4 arms and you want to think about it.
It'd be an interesting one to see them actually try and throw all 4 balls.
I've seen it done.
I've seen people do 2 balls. I've not seen 2 players do 2 balls at the same time.
Maybe that's the new strategy that hasn't been tried yet.
I feel like maybe you should not coach anything ever. Still 3-2. Neither team quite managing to get a hit. Ooh, slip there.
Slippy floor.
Didn't find fault, it doesn't seem. I wondered if he had. But they are actually quite far off their back line, so yeah, just enough space to survive there.
Nighthawks giving away all.
Oh, and a lovely hit against Henry Skinner.
He really is a person you do not want to have to leave till last on the team.
No, definitely not. Leaving, is that Dom Johnson?
What's been made there?
Was that Dom Johnson? Is that his name?
Possibly. Allegedly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's a tricky one to commentate when none of these shirts have, well, not all of them have the names on. Can't actually read.
Oh, lovely catch! Catching a line ball. 100% what you'd say. When you know you've got here, the only thing you can really go for, so try to go for that rebound catch. Oh, and a lovely return catch from Beagles, bringing back in the Beagles.
Dom? Sorry, yeah.
Related to what?
It was very late in the day and it's now getting very hard to come.
I do apologise.
Oh, lovely catch. Yeah, that is going to bring them straight back up to 6.
Immediately then multiple back on Skinner. It's not someone you either A, want to throw a single at or B, leave him open on point to do what he wants.
But he can survive those multi-ball hits very easily, it seems. That was a very strong throw that was slightly off target there for me.
Take this if Beagles will think Skinner there.
Lovely block. Very hard impact that from Sanders. Tricky to know what to do when you're in this kind of situation. 2v, what was 6, 2v5 now. You start just trying to hope that you can ping off random different players and eventually wind them down to 2v2, or do you kind of try and give them possession and get catches? Do you just get hit out?
Yeah, Skinner's on the counter.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's where when you already got 2 of you left, waiting for that play 2 can sometimes be a bit of a disadvantage because you know that the other team know that you're not going to have any balls in hand and know they can just come up and hit you as hard as they can.
4-0 there.
to Beagles at the moment.
And 3 balls to Nighthawks. Quick start. They don't go for a quick start. Blow it down.
One thing I have noticed, I did notice one team earlier today that was very interesting. When they took even if they only took the 2 balls, they would still go for a quick single off at the 3rd ball the other person's done if they've thrown high.
Okay.
With the logic from what I would assume is that with the player having hands above his head trying to catch that 3rd ball, it leaves them wide open, not paying attention to that single way out.
Risky, but an interesting choice.
Rebound catch again off the hit from Beagles. Definitely very big impacts at the moment. They're not kind of holding back on their throws.
And a good dodge there. Stay alive against that throw block. Nice block. Eagles now have possession with 3 balls. They don't make anything of it, and they lose middle player in the counter.
Ooh.
Oh, but they get
Lovely no-look
Henry
shot there.
Skinner out.
Some of the definitely seeing some of the European championships strategies coming through on a few of the players who have played there, coming across the no-look singles across court.
Yeah, it's definitely more of a Euros thing, and absolutely coming out more and more within this league across the day.
2 players left for Beagles. Looks like this should be Nighthawks. So I've probably just jinxed that.
I was going to say, shouldn't say it. A catch immediately would turn that into a 4v3, which is very winnable. He blocks it back to Nighthawks, and they get catch themselves. So this is definitely should be a win for Nighthawks now.
Oh, 1 hit on a free throw though.
Yeah.
1v5.
Oh,
yeah. Hits me.
Yeah, no, it skims his leg.
1v4.
Just spinning them off. He's not got much time to do it though. You can see that's why he's rushing.
Out on the
I imagine that bounced before it hit his foot, but it was quite unclear. He's got to keep running. He's really pushing. He's very low on time.
1v3.
What?
Player out for unfortunately
invalid.
throwing over the front.
Yeah, that's I assume that was an attempt at a honey trap, but it might have also just been a fumble. It was actually not very good.
No. But it's still incredible to get back from 1v6 to 1v3.
No, that is phenomenal play there.
I would definitely want to be able to lie down after that.
Yeah, you can't really fault him for making a little mistake like that at the end.
Quick, oh no,
Quick
faking
start.
for the quick start.
Managed to get the hit though against.
Oh!
Strong hit against them.
That man might need some medical attention.
Yeah, Nighthawks seem to have shifted into a new gear with that last set, managing to win that, and already 2 players up in this one, so that's looking very good for them.
Another hit there. It does always seem to be that getting that first set on better than being next time. You need to give yourself that mindset that you can win.
Yeah, and definitely with something like
lovely double catch.
Oh, double catch.
Maybe a slight miscommunication there from Beagles.
Yeah, that's 2 separate targets, not what they would have wanted. Oh, and a hit to finish it
Bringing
off.
it back to 4 apiece.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting as well with national leagues are 30-minute long games as opposed to open, so you do have a lot of time to be able to pull things back. You don't need to win that first set or even the second set. You have so much time, and just because Beagles win the first 2 sets doesn't stop Nighthawks from winning the next 2 or maybe beyond that.
Nighthawks going for the quick start, unfortunately missing, just weaving it between.
Fantastic catch there.
Beagles coming up. Oh, solid hit there.
Oh, yeah, that would have skimmed his arms. Patch should have just tucked his arms in and gone for a dodge in that situation, but it's hard to know, you know, you end up halfway between a dodge, halfway to a catch, and you 100% hit.
Beagles, even on players, Beagles taking
Oh, and another catch from Whiteley. That is 2 catches in this frame. Fantastic work from him so far.
Here's that ball, that throw seems to have quite a bit of curve there.
Yeah, no,
Not been
that
an easy catch.
that was spinning quite a lot.
Oh, unfortunately, they hit.
Clearly,
Not quite switched on a bit after the...
yeah. They found their catching hands and managing to get their hits in now as well, which is good. Definitely warmed up into the game.
Absolutely. Up there. Eagles. I apologise, I've been repping since about 8:30 this morning. Say I'm tired is a bit of an understatement.
And a great hit there. Hit to 2B.
Once again showing that you can hit players at close range without going for the hand.
We're going to point it out every time it happens just because of the naysayers.
So for anybody watching at home who has not seen the new guidance for how headshots are dealt with in British dodgeball.
Oh, Whiteley, who's had such a good game, just fumbles a catch there.
An intentional headshot is now given as an immediate yellow card. There is now no longer a player out, it's just a straight yellow. An unintentional headshot from within 4 meters is a blue card, no matter how much missile power is behind it. And I think it is a very solid change to the rule. It does give it a bit more formality to it.
Absolutely. Just gonna, well done Nighthawks there for managing to finish up that set. They were up and it did look as if they were starting to slip it a bit, but no, they managed to pull that back and close out the set nice and cool. And now they're in the lead, 6-4.
Substituting Henry Skinner off, I think that's more just for them getting his breath back a bit.
Yeah, he does look quite knackered.
He looks very puffy at the moment.
It just turns off and this just goes
And Norwich really that 3 ball, they seem to be
Doing
very
very good at winning that. But then not necessarily always throwing it either, which is good. You don't want to let the other team know exactly what your moves are going to be. Seems to be half the time they're going for it, half the time they're not. Great between the 2 players there, quite a safe.
Maybe Beagles are backing themselves on their counters a bit.
Oh, a lovely toping.
Oh, lovely block into the, unfortunately straight into his own legs.
Yeah.
Always one of the worst feelings you can have as a player.
No one's to blame but yourself for that. It's unfortunate.
Oh, lovely double hit.
Yeah,
I think the Eagles are definitely backing themselves on their counters, although then it maybe gave those signals that they need.
Yeah, they might have clued into the fact that their singles, well, their counters rather, do seem to be actually getting the job done, and Nighthawks don't really seem to have an answer for it just yet.
I would almost argue that, well, I've just been proven wrong.
Yeah, what were you going to say?
I was going to say that maybe Nighthawks want to maybe look at throwing a bit more of singles just to avoid.
Ooh, that was
just to avoid the running counters. Immediately, as I'm about to say, they throw 2 and they get the hit.
No, they definitely managed to get the hits with those 2 ball throws there. I personally don't think they should change that one up too much. It's a matter of actually reading, the court in front of you and making sure that you don't get hit out by those free throws. Fantastic thing. Brilliant stuff there. Yeah, making sure you're not getting hit out too easily on standing counters and dodging maybe a little bit more energetically from Nighthawks.
Maybe potentially giving your ball holder a bit of latitude to release at an opposite if he's
that was a great double block though. That managed to move his ball just in time to hit both of those balls out with a block. That was very good. Through that set, I believe.
I believe that's half time.
Yeah. That was a draw, that last. Lead 5-7. I am commentating alone for the next few minutes, potentially into the start of the next half. But yeah, very, very close game we've got going on here. Just one set between the two teams. Nighthawks have found their catching hands quite a lot in the last few sets, and that's really pulled things back for them. So that's something to keep an eye on going into the next half, whether or not that changes. How many singles Beagles are throwing, which players they're targeting, and just trying to avoid giving away quite so many catches for them. Without those catches, quite unlikely the Nighthawks would have turned around those frames considering how close they were. So something for Beagles to consider is how to avoid giving away quite so many catches. That being said, their single ball throws have been overall very good, and their running counters and standing counters have been very, very efficient. So, you know, maybe focusing on throwing more counters and keeping up with that for the meantime, and avoiding throwing too many singles. Considering the fact Nighthawks seem to be doing lots of paired throws, I imagine Beagles will have picked up on that and might be looking to respond in kind, knowing that they'll get the balls back immediately afterwards. The other courts that are going on right now, I believe there is Thunder Dodge playing against Leeds, it looks like. The new Wessex kit, which is always confusing to look at, are playing against Stafford Raptors, and Derby Phantoms playing against Storm, I believe. No, not Derby Phantom. Silverbacks, maybe? Can't quite see that court from over here. It would appear that Leeds are winning their match at the moment 7-1, so quite convincing for them. And I can't actually see any of the score lines, so yeah, it does appear to be Silverbacks against Storm on the far court. Silverbacks currently up 7-3 on that court. Nighthawks again winning that centre ball, but not quite managing to convert it into anything. That's Beagles going to throw a single and immediately getting a response. Neither player managed to get hit though. Both of them quite low throws there. Still trying to ease into this game, I believe. Not necessarily wanting to go too quick in the second half, considering only a set between them. They might want to just play it a little bit slow and calm and read how that goes for a few sets, and then pick it up a notch if they're starting to be too far down. That's two players out from Nighthawks in that last exchange, but they managed to get one of the Beagles guys out in turn. Considering they were given 4 balls, that's a very good conversion for them. And Beagles just managed to skim Nighthawks there with a throw, and another single throw, getting yet another Nighthawk out. That brings us to 5 Beagles against 2 Nighthawks. Yeah, they have, I take back my comments about them starting slow in this. Beagles have definitely gone aggressive and just knocked out Nighthawks one at a time. Fantastic catch there. Yeah.
Beagles taking the 3 balls?
Yeah.
4 balls even?
4 balls. They have been being given possession quite a lot by Nighthawks, so that's not surprising, but they did also give it back earlier in the second half. So, interesting to see, I was saying during halftime, it'd be interesting to see whether or not, because Nighthawks are placing so many double throws, whether Beagles kind of meet them in that tactic, knowing that they can get the balls back.
Be a very interesting second half, I feel.
Yeah, that brings it to 7-7 already. Oh.
taking a look down at the end in the men's league. Dummy.
Already done that bit. I did it during half time. This is what you miss out on.
I just had to take a break from you.
Yeah, that's fair. Good dodge there, Eagles. Again, quite a low throw from Nighthawks, that one.
Eagles taking quite a slow approach to coming up.
Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder if maybe the tactic at the moment is to spend the first minute or so of the set playing nice, calm, gentle, and then kind of pick it up a notch in the second minute. See where you're at by the third.
Oh, big hit there.
Yeah, that's knocked him right back, but he seems to be okay. No injury there. That's good. Let's see.
Norwich, only real places to yourself as a dodgeballer tends to be your fingers or your knees.
Yep, though there was quite a nasty calf injury in the Wessex game. Gillingham seems to have injured his calf. We'll see whether or not he's back for the next meet. That's quite a major loss for them.
I don't think anything. Even on crutches, he would still try to play if he could. Then again, I think most of us who have been here all day are keen enough to do exactly the same. We're not much better.
Absolutely. You really don't want to pick up an injury as well on the first league meet of the year.
Oh, lovely catch there.
There's no good time to get an injury, but now is probably one of the worst times.
Especially with the international trials coming up.
Yeah.
Provisionally, for England as well. As everybody wants to be on top floor. Nobody really wants to get injured. Especially the top end of League One, especially the Super League as well.
Yeah.
Where everybody's looking to reach that next level.
Exactly, all the players who'll be pretty much, eligible, borderline for international, don't really want to be getting injuries just yet. Best to qualify and then get a bigger break. And that's yet another Nighthawk out, so that brings it to 5-1, but it's not.
It's called a bounce on that.
It's called a bounce. He's put it down. Okay, good, yeah.
There's one bit of the rules, if you leave it in the neutral zone and the opponents take it, it does count as not an invalid but a legal transfer and you can be called out for it.
That would have been quite funny. Would have been unlikely.
Unlikely, but I've seen it happen. It's been very entertaining.
That is one of the funnier things I find with dodgeball. There's always complaints that British dodgeball and European dodgeball has quote-unquote too many rules, too long of a rule book, but every single one of those rules I've seen come up.
But at least once.
There's so many fringe situations, and you think, why would anyone ever leave a ball in the neutral zone for an opponent to pick up? And actually, happens weirdly often. Just sort of.
Especially if you're a last player and you maybe have two balls you don't want.
Exactly. You fumble a catch, maybe not fumble a catch, but fumble a ball maybe and accidentally drop it, and one just goes and picks it right up. Nighthawks managing to get up in this set, which is good. They have lost the last 2 in a row, so they'll be wanting to win it now. Henry Skinner back on.
Oh, he's always
making
looking for those catches.
Almost making a catch.
Pick there on the back of the head, I think.
Yeah, like it. Ooh, good fake there.
Nighthawks looking for quite an aggressive finish to the set without waiting around to try and get all the ball.
Fake is a very good idea actually as well in this game, seeing as Beagles keep going with counters and have been very, very efficient on their counters. Pumping in a fake just beforehand means you can bait that fourth ball and maybe do some damage with it.
Absolutely. 14 bird it there on the right wing to I think just got the Nighthawks attack a bit.
That was a very quick running counter there from Nighthawks.
Unfortunately, the Beagles we are not quite being able to apply enough pressure to stop Nighthawks wanting to go in for the attack.
You have to wonder why his teammate didn't help him out there a little bit more and put a bit of aggression to protect him. Might not have seen what was happening.
Nighthawks double throw.
Yeah. Eagles with just 2 balls now. Be looking to free throw. No, alive. That was a.
Is it screaming between the refs there?
Sounds like he is still in. It was a block. Quite a slow running counter as well from him. I don't think that referee indecision there necessarily affected his game.
Oh. Inner fishing a bit there for a catch. Yeah. We might want to get him a net to go with it. Oh.
Yeah.
Score is still tied up with approximately 7 minutes left in the half. I feel like this might go down to the wire at this point.
Yeah, definitely turning into a very interesting match, like we thought. Very close
still
match.
winning that third ball in the middle though. Aggressive single.
Oh, it's gonna fumbles what I think was meant to be an attempt at a catch there. No knee.
Taking a bit of a moment to protect himself.
Lovely double throw there. Yeah, they're definitely doing well on their double throws.
Just shows just how quickly he's moved over to club, just how much he cares about the club as a whole progressing when he's taking it so seriously. Absolutely giving it his all in this match.
Well, you would, wouldn't you? It's a very close match. Can't see anyone entering a League One match and not giving it at least 90%. But no, he has been playing phenomenally well, even by his own standards. Yeah, great work from him.
Arguably impossibly high standards for the rest of us.
Oh, that was absolute mayhem. That was so many balls against one player. The first one did actually hit him out, so.
That's why we always say, ball possession is such a huge thing in this match. If you give away 3 or 4 balls, if you give away 4 or 5 balls, guaranteed to almost lose one person, unless you're extremely lucky.
That being said, they did give away 4 there, I think, to Nighthawks, and they did not manage a hit.
The Eagles should be getting a lottery ticket right now. Big follow up there from the Eagles.
That was a very impressive from the Nighthawks player. He was sitting duck and. Wilkins just doesn't quite manage to get out of the way of that one in time. It's hit out, I believe, on the chest. It sort of rolled.
Something like that one definitely hit his arm.
Yeah, that one was very visibly hit. Might have been a line fault, actually. It was riding the line a little. It's now a 3v3.
Maybe a bit touch too delayed and gave it away a bit more.
Yeah, did kind of project his intention there. Lots of singles against Bailey.
3v3, less than a minute left in that. Oh, incredible.
Lovely catch. Yeah, that surely has to be the game-winning action that if they've only got 10 seconds left in that. Not game winning, frame winning, set winning, whatever we call it here. Yeah, that is a very good step for them to win, considering how much time they've got left.
11-9 with over 3 minutes left on the clock, so depending on how quickly these balls set up, this should be at least 2 more sets, so it's still all to play for.
Yeah, which could be interesting if, you know, if our set clock is correct, they will have 2 frames regardless. If not, and it's a little bit under 3. Start to see teams stepping up. I believe a timeout has been called. Not sure which team did it.
80.
The team is called timeout, I think.
Refs seem to have come in, give a discussion as well.
Yeah.
I think that's more of just keeping up. But do you think?
I would imagine it's probably Nighthawks that are calling the timeout due to the fact they were up coming into this second half and they are now down by a set. That's not where they'd want to be right now with about 3 minutes 30 or so left in the half.
Definitely. If you'd like to stick around after this match, you'll be privileged to witness Nottingham Sheriffs versus Leamington Spartans 2s. It should be a very good match to watch, as they both have quite similar play styles and quite high press, high aggressive control.
Yeah, we saw Spartans 2s earlier today making a real mark on their debut in this league, coming in very hot and winning by something like an 18-point set difference. So should be interesting to see how they fare against a team like Sheriffs.
That is getting down to the last moments of the game as other courts start to wrap up their.
It does look as if Coventry are 11-7 up in their match against Storm at the moment, so as long as they're running on roughly the same clock as us, that'll be a Coventry win on that court. And 10-4 over on the Leeds versus Thunderdosh match, so that's probably a Leeds win for that match as well.
Leeds debuting their new kit as well today.
Yeah,
it's very colourful.
It's really something. I can say that, I designed it. I didn't design it to look like that. Hopefully at some point we'll get Leeds on the live stream so everyone can really enjoy what we're talking about here with the new Leeds kit.
There's definitely putting their mark on Thunderdosh in the open there as well. 10-4 is not a fun score to do.
Match is restarting. Go.
Having a bit of a musical interlude from Bedford Rangers in the grandstand.
They seem to have taken a few lessons from Austria.
I mean, it does just add to the atmosphere.
It does. I wish it were a little less close to the live streaming section, but it does add to atmosphere. Fantastic work from Beagles to get 2 of the Nighthawks out. That's 5 Beagles against 4 Nighthawks at the moment, so they're 1 player up.
Wrong choice from the Nighthawks, unfortunately not connecting number 10.
So I do suspect that if it starts getting looking within like about a minute left within the entire, or more than a minute left within the entire match, Nighthawks might step off to try and force 2 extra sets. Because if they step off before, like maybe about a minute half left, they can pull a short set and another minute.
Oh, unfortunately, fumbled catch there from Nighthawks. I would almost argue that this is not one of those situations where you want to, because at the moment, stepping off would take you down a set anyway.
Yeah. Winning and losing 2 more sets.
Potentially losing that set afterwards.
Yeah.
But winning you a set only kind of takes you back to not really too much different over the course of the whole league.
Oh, and a hit on the head there, yeah. Yeah. I don't know, I think if it were later on in the league, you know, they knew exactly how many points they needed, that would be different, but at this point, they might just want to go for the loss, but not too heavy of a loss, you never know. It doesn't look as if they're asking their players to step off anytime soon, so no, they don't necessarily have to, yeah. That's not up to them anymore. So, it's now 9-13, Eagles are winning by 2 sets. And we've either got 1 or 2 sets left. So if we've got 2 sets left, it could still be a draw. Otherwise, it is already Beagles again.
Then these 3 minutes, then
Yeah.
no time was called on a set.
Yep. So our match clock might have been wild.
It definitely appears to be that way. Because generally speaking, most refs will tell you how many minutes and seconds you have left at the end of a set if you're getting towards the end of a half.
Yeah, if you've got less than 3 minutes, they'll definitely announce it. So, yeah, off by at least 3 minutes our match clock was.
It must be coming towards the end of the match there. Oh! Rebound catch there. And of course, you're taking a Henderson who had the Beagles player absolutely dead to rights. So catch brings him back in catching out.
Okay. Oh,
Hit there.
yeah. A hit on either side there, so it's still. Oh no, 2 hits against Nighthawks, so that will be. Oh no, is it a catch move?
I believe just the hit. Fires it to come back in off the.
I might just be bad at counting.
Lovely toe shot there from Nighthawks. Really pulling out their accuracy.
Thought he managed that dodge, but no.
I believe it's that.
Yeah, it does seem to be that based on Beagle's reaction. So that's full time, and that is a Beagles win
On 15 to
Yeah.
Beagle.
Yeah, very close match, but Beagles did really hit another gear in the second half and came back from being set down to winning almost every single frame within that second half. I think Nighthawks only won 1 frame, so that's a pretty comprehensive victory for them in the second half.
Back.
Yep, we'll be back for the next match.
What? Do you think I do?
Right, we are back with MK versus Virtue. Battle of the slightly orange kits. They're still just lining up at the moment. Referee's talking about something in the middle. Not quite sure what. What do you reckon the outcome of this match will be then?
With the additional signings from MK,
Yeah.
I'd argue they do have the stronger team on paper.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it should go MK's way. It'll be interesting to see how it actually plays out, but MK obviously coming down from Super League. They didn't have, the worst possible season in Super League, but they definitely didn't have a good one. But, then lost a couple key players and got some new signings to replace them. So it's a exciting time for MK as a club, but I don't think they've dropped in quality that much.
And Virtue have lost a few players. I know quite a few of the younger players who, now that they've switched over to being able to drive their own cars, have started expanding their horizons and looking at other clubs to join.
That's fair enough.
We'll have to see how it goes.
Always nice to
I
see.
expect big things.
Yeah. Always nice to see a girl in men's league. It doesn't happen that much anymore.
If I remember her name is
It's Abby Davies. Yeah, she plays for Beagles at the moment in Women's Super League. Very dodgy player. Very
played against her last year, and she is next to a cluster.
Yeah.
And the one time you do get it on target, she'll just catch it.
Yeah, I imagine that's probably why she's in this lineup, is to provide not necessarily an extra body on court, but one that is literally never going to be hit. That being said, though, that skimmed right off her.
Once again, the commentator's curse proving.
I was going to say, it's really incredible how often that happens at the moment. So MK up 5 players against Virtue's 2, and they've got 4 balls. That is
Lovely dodge.
very, very good dodge from Virtue. 3 balls for MK again. And Virtue have given away 4 balls. That was not necessarily a good choice, especially considering there wasn't a hit.
And the Welsh derby is kicked off on court 3 as well. Luckily that is being recorded. If you would like to view that back on, I'm guessing that will be on Tom Carleton's
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah. Hopefully be able to, actually no, I was going to say we'll hopefully be able to give you score lines for that one, but actually that's the one court that I can't see a score line for from where I'm sat. So we'll tell you who's won based on their expressions.
The scorecard has been knocked down.
Yeah, we'll tell you at the end who's won based on the facial expressions of everyone walking on court. But yeah.
All against MK Cyclones.
Again with 4 balls. I mean, Virtue really giving possession away to a team that can actually make use of that. Like we said in the previous match with double throws and giving away possession. It's fine to do that as long as the team you're playing against isn't necessarily dodgeable intelligent enough to use that. But MK are absolutely a team that can use that to their advantage and give them 4 balls and they will punish you for it. So
all about the just getting used to playing with nets again. Most of these teams would have played almost all summer, wall to wall, not being used to getting rid of the ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it comes a bit to the maturity of the MK players, with Faizan being a very experienced player and number 21 having played in the European Championship.
Yes.
Being used to using the ball and losing it.
It's for the Hungarian team, doesn't it?
I believe so. Currently at the University of Plymouth, along with number 5 James Brown.
I did find it quite funny, the Hungarian dodgeball president sent me a message before Euros.
There's pointing by line refs.
Yeah, I don't know who they think has been hit out. But yeah, asking me if I knew which people who played the English leagues happened to have Hungarian nationality. They definitely managed to get at least 2 players, obviously this guy and Sophia from Bovines also played for Hungary.
So, yeah, MK coming out the blocks extremely quickly. Oh, lovely toe shot by James Brown. It might be a bit hard to spot as well from the perspective of the court, but the MK Cyclones players are...
That was a catch. Did you see that? Because it was really... he did it so casually. Virtue guy managed to catch Brown out. Just casually. Just from the middle of the court. Tried to do a post throw and it didn't quite work.
One thing up for a back Virtue for is the back air catches.
Yeah, absolutely. Very close shot there from Abby. Not quite managed to find its target. Hopefully you can still hear us over the very loud call now. I am beginning to get a bit of a headache.
Close shot there. Everyone trying to go for a nice aggressive counter, not quite pulling it off though, unfortunately.
No. And that brings it to 3-2 for Virtue. That's very good for them. But they don't have a ball.
Lovely tracking spot there against Virtue.
Again, no balls for Virtue. MK going in with... That's the thing, you know, you can have 3 players against 2, but if those 2 have all 5 balls, there's not very much you can do against them.
Lovely shot.
Lovely shot by Abby. Woo. And a 1v1.
Why I'm always quite a big proponent of a slower approach to the middle line, because if you're going too quickly, you just overcommit too much.
Oh, fantastic. She won that 1v1. Like I said, very hard to hit her. She managed to dodge his throw and he just didn't move. He didn't dodge out the way of hers. So that's phenomenal work there by
You'd be
Abby.
surprised to know that you need to dodge the ball.
Yeah, apparently that is one of the core skills in dodgeball.
Some might say they might be the main job.
MK winning.
3 balls.
Yeah. 4 balls actually. Again, Virtue just sort of giving away possession far too easily and not actually getting the hits when they do it.
Such a key bit. If you're not converting 2-ball attacks for hits, you're just asking to cause trouble at this point. Spray ball from the Welsh Derby entering the court.
Oh, fantastic thing.
Might be a bit hard to see on the live stream, but MK are a team of quite tall players. James Brown, 21 and 28 were all easily close to 6 foot, if not above. And whilst they've got the logic there, sometimes you just don't have the strength to be able to move that much of yourself out of the way. Though,
it's a lot of leg to move out of the way.
It's a lot of leg to move out of the way. And it's a lot of pressure on your knees as well, so you'll notice bigger players don't tend to drop to their knees so much just because it's just so much more strain on it.
Right. 2v6 for...
Unlucky there.
That was definitely the right idea to try and grab that, but
MK not switching on and trying to go for the follow-up.
No, they didn't defend themselves at all, but fortunately it worked out well for them. They kind of got away with it. And
very lucky.
just need to close out this set now.
Unfortunately, someone has put a Gatorade bottle in the way of this one.
Yeah, I can't actually. It is.
I believe it is
4-2 because Abby won one. At the moment it is 4-2 to Cyclones, and now 6-2 to Cyclones.
I think there might be a school. Watching it, but the red looks like it's still at 0.
Yes, which can't be right because Abby won that 1v1.
Yeah.
That's a pretty tough one to forget.
Definitely come off James. I don't know if it hit the floor.
It must have hit the floor beforehand, seeing as James is not going off. So that's no
hit there on Slip.
Very good hit. Block there. Lots of things going on. And MK come out of that with 2 balls and 5 players, and Virtue come out of it with 3 balls but only 3 players.
Okay, just comes back to the...
and a double hit.
Unfortunately, it just seems to be going the way of Virtue will throw one or two, MK will respond with a single counter, usually get the hits, and then still have possession to go.
Yeah, no, they're doing very well on their counters at the moment, MK, so that is a very good hit there. Close one, put one to dodge Virtue.
I think they're being very calm and collected, and we seem to be very much in control of what they're doing.
Absolutely, very regimented.
Rather uncharacteristic beating ball when they're not quite set for it.
No.
Maybe MK is starting to be a bit confident and allowing themselves to try some
a bit cocky. Great hit.
Lots of angles backwards and forwards. No hits though.
No, number 15 managed to do very well to get back without getting hit there, despite 3 different attempts to get him out.
Definitely again though, like there.
Yeah, giving away possession.
Gave away. MK could have taken the ball there.
Yeah, if they hadn't done a throw themselves, that would have been MK. So yeah, that's definitely at the moment, if we were to call a timeout and have to talk to Virtue, that would absolutely be the one to work on. You can get away with it against certain teams, but MK absolutely aren't letting them get away with it.
That's the best you can almost hope for in that situation.
Yeah.
I know some players, if they have got that last ball, will look for the free throw, or they know that almost certainly the multiple ball attack is coming straight from them. That's the only threat on the ball. They're being called?
Yep, hit being called, definitely. Multiple refs calling hit. They're still not entirely sure about it.
Oh, lovely awareness set from number 15, MK. Looking down and making sure to stop the ball rolling back as well as Abby.
Yeah. That was a good placement on that toe shot there from MK.
Just finishing off there against Virtue. Ball possession just seems to be the name of the game today for these teams. MK has plenty of ball possession. Unfortunately, Virtue is definitely lacking at the moment.
Yeah, does seem like a timeout has been called. I can actually now see the scoreboard for the Welsh derby on the other side. Ronda versus Command Dragons currently at 4-4. But Ronda do seem to have just won the sets, so that will bring it to 6-4 for Ronda Dragons.
Taking a look around, we have 4-2 to the Spartans 2s against Sheriff on the court 1. And court 4, it looks like it's 6-2 to Leicester Mustangs against MK Cyclones 2.
Yeah, so it's tricky having both of your teams playing at the same time. It does mean that you have less options for ball retrievers, less coaches, less people just cheering you on, so it does have a detrimental effect to both teams.
MK Cyclones 2s are a very young team as well, most of them only having just moved and graduated into the adult leagues.
Yeah, so that's,
so missing the senior players who are currently playing is definitely not helping them.
Yeah, definitely a tricky one for them.
Has restarted. MK again getting that 3 ball off the start as well. That seems to be where it all keeps coming. And a very solid single there from number 21. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to keep calling him 21 because I don't want to butcher it.
I think that's fair enough.
Oh, and lovely cross-court singles. Something again, as I said earlier, very much seen from anybody who's been playing at the European Championship.
Yeah. It's good to see that being imported properly.
hopefully we might see placing the ball down when you get the hit rule being important as well. So
I haven't seen anyone.
I know that's a bit of a contentious subject.
Yeah, controversial one. Did get to see Aidan Woodall do 2 leaps of faith, even though you don't get the benefit of staying alive if you survive those in British leagues, but he did do 2 of those in Super League earlier today just to close out a set and finish up the time, and it ended up being one of the factors that won the Killer Bees against Sheriffs match. So, you know, even though it's not got the full benefit that you get from European leagues, you can still bring tactics like leaps of faith across into British leagues to good effect if you're in that very specific situation.
Plus Aidan benefiting from his handball experience.
Absolutely, yeah.
Going for jumping shots into nets with handball.
2v1 here for MK, and they've got most of the balls. And it's
lovely free throw there.
1v1, yeah. He did roll across the line as well. 1v1 now. MK with a majority of balls. Could have been on MK's.
There you go.
Oh.
Backing himself for the catch, but unfortunately not getting it.
Putting it over his own.
I believe, just looking at it, he might have live faulted. So obviously that does not matter, there's the match.
Yeah.
Half-time score, the Welsh derby is 4-6 to Ronda. Oh, yeah.
This should, in theory, be the final set of this half as well for this match. So, interesting to see if Virtue can pull it back and get a couple extra points on the scoreboard before half-time, just so they're in a bit more of a position to fight back in the second half.
Lucky there from Dave Brown. Setting himself out quite heavily there and leaving himself wide open for Virtue winger to retaliate.
Yeah, 4v4 now, but with Virtue with 3 balls. Let's see if they can convert it into something. Good no-look shot there from Abby, but not quite enough against it.
MK just quite almost expecting it, just because you don't really want to be throwing a single at anybody on MK. Oh, the moment of madness, lots of one for one.
It was 1 for 1, and then Virtue got another player go out. Abby got hit out as well, so 2 for 1.
And
that's
should be
time
half
pulled,
time.
so that's 3 MK players were left on at the end there, so that would won them the set.
What is 12?
It should be 12-4, I believe, because of... we'll see, we might be wrong with this, we might have counted wrong ourselves, but...
We might have counted wrong. We will go have a look. We might just go during half time, we'll see if we can get that Gatorade bottle moved so we can see the scorecard properly.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Hold the fort while you'll probably see James running on court in a second as he tries to move that Gatorade bottle. But yeah, interesting match so far. Obviously, Virtue not quite getting into it as much as they perhaps would have wanted to. But yeah, clearly giving away possession a bit too much. You'd hope that that's currently what they're talking about. Coaches might be having that discussion, working out that yeah, they're not converting it with the double throws, and they're giving away possession a little bit too much. So you know, now with the kind of scoreline that we've got at the moment, 12-4 to MK, you'd kind of want to see Virtue changing it up a little bit, changing their style of play. MK probably quite happy with how they played, not got too much that they'd want to change, but we'll be looking to read how Virtue change in the first 2 sets and adjusting in kind to that. Sam Richards being a word that I'm not allowed to say because we're not allowed to talk on the live stream, and removing the scoreboard from view and now putting it right back. There you go. MK are lining up, but they do still have a little bit of time, so Virtue are just making the most of that and finishing up their team talk. Two of the other courts are also during half-time at the moment, but the derby between 2 Welsh teams has continued again.
just had some clarification from the press. It was not, in fact, a win by Abby's team. I believe the hit was made against Abby.
Confusing. She did walk off with a smile, so I assumed that it had been.
Just happy with.
Just happy that she got to a 1v1. That's a shame.
I would be proud as well, considering MK with it, especially with their new players, are showing they're out swinging.
The one on court is actually the correct scoreline as it turns out, so that means it is actually 12-2 at the moment, which we will change very shortly to get the scoreline to stay 12-2. I'm just repeating it to Karatech. It was just come crashing back. Oh, and a very quick hit there from MK to get a man whose name I don't know, but his shirt says Pac-Man. That's fun.
I assume that is not his real name.
I don't know. Maybe his parents have a sense of humour. It does seem to be the Virtue have gone with that style of shirts where you get nicknames on the back instead of your actual names, unless they do actually have a player called Bloodhound and E-Dog.
Which personally, I would want to meet his parents. I bet they have some really good heavy metal classes. Start the second half for Court 1 as well, with Spartans versus Sheriffs. Current score is 9-3 to Leamington Spartans 2.
MK managed to come to the second half.
Oh, lovely single there again.
I really shouldn't say anything. I was going to say really convincingly, but again, immediately get hit. And I thought that was a hit against Bloodhound, but it must have been a flop. Tricky to see all these things from this angle. 3 balls and 3 players going up for Virtue.
Lovely double block there from Bankround. Maybe just the timing not 100% there for Virtue.
Again, like we said, you know, they're doing these double throws, but they're not actually getting the hits out of it. So at some point you have to wonder, what do you change? How do you change that up?
Lucky against dodging from Bankround. Really putting a bit of a spring into his stuff now.
Yeah, it's quite nice going into the second half with a line like that. You know, you can not necessarily relax a little bit, but you can be quite content, and it mellows out your headspace a little bit. The tricky thing is not getting too mellow and just letting it run away from you. But
yeah, take the pressure off.
Exactly. They can be quite happy coming into the second half. Great dodge there from
too much
whoever Billy is.
Single there from Dose Brown again.
Yeah.
He's taken the 3 balls. He's set. He's looking for that dodge in the follow-up. Lovely catch from Abby
fantastic.
At the neutral zone. Just exactly why she obviously one of the more threatening members in the men's league at the moment.
Yeah.
Bit of fishing there for number 12, Pac-Man.
3v3 and 3 balls for Virtue again. But they don't manage to convert it into hits. Interesting, must have been a miscommunication as well, because they went for 2 different targets. And then
a moment of madness.
Absolute chaos.
Time is the... Oh, no, I think that's just the end of the set.
Yeah, absolute chaos that went MK's way. And they come out of that mess with 2 players to 1 Virtue. Bring the scoreline up to 14-2.
Fortunately, at the moment, the sets are getting closer, but maybe it's a little too late to, unfortunately, affect the outcome of this match. Yeah. Lovely catch there again from number 21 on MK Cyclones side. Time has been paused by the rest of the discussion. I believe they're discussing current line rule.
Virtue again, not managing to get hit against MK.
He's getting a bit animated on the other courts as the game's wind up. It's currently 8-all for Carmarthen versus Ronda.
Yeah, that's a very close match over there. Very exciting. Shame that one's not being live streamed, but can't do all sorts.
Yeah. Kind of fighting to argue over who's arguably the best Welsh dodgeball club at the moment. Very, very strong players on both sides.
Yeah, absolutely.
Both with plenty of international experience.
Yeah.
Oh, a lovely take on that catch.
Yeah, almost managed to get a catch number 40 on Virtue's side, but just fumbled it.
He had no follow-up on that fumble, MK fumble catch.
No. Neither team has necessarily been very good at actually backing up when someone's fumbling, so that might just be a sort of, not necessarily lack of experience, but just a...
Play style.
Yeah, play style. MK don't necessarily need to be, you know, going after all of those since they are up at the moment, but it's something that Virtue really should be keeping an eye out for. And another hit against Pac-Man. Bringing it to 6 players on MK versus 2 on Virtue. 1 on Virtue now.
Commentator's cursor.
Yeah, I should not use any words, names, numbers, nothing. Just
weird sounds.
Yeah, just make whale noises and I can see whether that affects the outcome of the match. And that is multiple hits against number 45 there.
Close out that set again.
Yeah.
It's 16-2, so like
really controlled finish there for MK. Can't really fault them for anything they did in that match, actually, to be fair. They held it. And yeah, 16-2 at this point. Pretty much definitely MK's game. And be a matter of trying to limit the amount of damage if you're Virtue. And if you're MK, ride the wave as much as you can.
Virtue taking the 3 balls and getting a solid single here on base and left.
Yeah, he did try and do what I've referred to in the past as a High School Musical style dodge, where you flick your legs out to the side. Doesn't quite work if they target the side of you.
Virtue again, giving away, only giving away 3. You have 1 ball on top. Oh, again, Virtue giving away 4 balls. It's just...
Yeah, I thought they might be able to change that up after half time, but they really haven't. Oh, he was looking at that catch. He was looking at it.
Yeah, unfortunately, you cannot get away with giving away 4 balls every other phase of play.
Oh, and
there, 4 balls. It's just not something that can be. It's just not something you can overcome.
No.
As a team, you either need to be such a strong group of individuals that you can take all the catches.
And it really means that MK have been able to play this style where they're going up with 4 balls, releasing 2, getting a hit because they've done a double throw, and then they've got 2 balls left, so they can go for a nice counter in their next action. And they're doing so well on their counters, like we can see there. So, you know, you really can't be giving them
high press
4 balls.
Lovely box and straight in.
There you go.
Number 12 Pac-Man Baby Sing goes after this game.
Yeah. 8-8 over on the Welsh court. 13-3 on the Spartans Sheriff's court. And I can't actually see the scoreline on the fourth court.
Unfortunately, there is a line ref in the way.
Yeah. Can't update you on that one. And 18-2 on this court.
Oh, again, lovely hit on the side of it. There, number 4. Virtue taking 3 balls.
Apologies that our camera seems to have cut out briefly. It is an issue with batteries. So we'll hopefully get that sorted as soon as possible, but in the meantime we'll try and just sort of commentate through it and explain exactly what we're seeing on our side. Virtue just lost a player, so it's now 3 Virtue players against 6 MKers.
Virtue taking the throw. Lovely hit there, number 12 Pac-Man.
Yeah.
And a lovely return from number 1 B-Dog against
So that's one player off each side. Now it's two Virtue
giving
players.
away four balls again.
Yeah. Two players on Virtue side, 4 on MK, and MK have 4 balls. 5 on MK actually. See James Brown there.
And MK closing out the set with a split throw and taking both hits there.
I mean, that was just messy from Virtue, to be completely honest. And,
the pressure maybe is getting to them of the loss, and they're getting a bit desperate with their attempts.
I was going to say, I think when you get to a scoreline like now, it's 22, then it is quite hard to actually keep your head together and really try and just stay alive and win those sets that you can win. You end up sort of hitting a point of desperation where you just sort of drop sets, and not really what you want to be doing, considering that leagues like this absolutely can come down to set difference by the end of the league. So tricky one. Virtue have already had another player hit. So have MK, so it's now 5 against 5. MK going up with 3 balls, release 1.
Oh, lovely
release
catch.
2, but Virtue caught the second one. A bunch of traded balls that ends up with 2 Virtue players out as one of them got caught and the other one got hit.
Yeah, MK there letting them get a bit too much in again and throwing a lot of singles. Virtue player, admittedly, who was out of position, but it was unnecessary. You didn't need to do singles.
Exactly. Our stream should hopefully be coming back either now or very shortly.
2 hits there.
Yeah, Abby not quite managing to get the catch there that she would have wanted. So 1 Virtue player against 5 MKers have 3 balls. Wouldn't be surprised if they get a 4th one soon. There you go. Oh, that was a choice from MK. I believe play ball had been called, so they had to throw. They would have wanted to that 4th.
And if you have play ball throwing against you, if you're not by yourself, you know another ball's going to be coming with you, so you should try and throw it together.
Absolutely. A rare error MK there, but fortunately nothing went wrong for them in the end.
Really shows how MK have been laying the groundwork for this season over the summer, taking a disappointing result from being demoted to Super League to coming back really out swinging today. The result they can definitely be happy with.
Quiet in the hall again now that Rangers have left.
Well, they've moved, haven't left quite yet.
Yeah. Hit against MK there. Fantastic throw from Virtue. Be really showing why he's on.
Game's slowing down now as players start to get a bit tired.
Yeah. It is the end of the day.
I think the day has ended at this point.
Yeah.
It is well and truly night outside.
Yeah. Everyone's just a bit knackered. And we are coming up to the end of do one more set after.
See their Virtue take hit out. Yeah, lovely. Not too often you see a 2-ball attack from the wings come in.
Yeah. But very, very effective there.
That might more be the shock of it happening. It's not something you would generally expect because it leaves you quite vulnerable on open. Or anything really, I think.
That depends.
Oh, I just caught a glimpse of the score at the end. MK2 against Leicester Mustangs. The score is currently 14-6 to Leicester.
Yeah, that's throwing it right into the red basket there. You can't expect to throw something like that and not have it be caught, to be completely honest. But tricky, like you said. End of the day, everyone's a bit knackered. And as soon as you start to see little errors coming through in everyone's play.
Power's going to start winding down a bit. The accuracy maybe not quite there as it used to be at the start of the day when your arms crash. It's important to note as well that MK and Virtue both only have one substitute, both of which are retrieving as well.
Yeah.
Meaning that you don't really get a break as a player. You might not be throwing, but you're still doing plenty of running.
Yeah, retrievers potentially more tiring than actually playing, at least leg-wise and energy-wise. Not really a rest.
I believe the scorecard has been knocked down on the Welsh Derby, but it looks like Carmarthen are currently up in the set.
Whether they're up in the game
remains to be seen.
Yeah, can't tell you the score on that one anymore. Hopefully the refs.
Oh, James Brown's being caught out there, not quite paying attention.
Really can't be much left. We 10 seconds, but that might be wrong.
Leave it is, because we didn't have that time for the... Oh wait, no, the whistle's coming in.
Probably about 5 seconds. Or even 2, yeah. There you go.
MK taking that win, that is full time. And I believe, unfortunately, that Ronda have won the match.
Unfortunately, what an unbiased commentator. 24-4 on this court for MK against Virtue. Can't see the scoreline for the Ronda versus the other one, but I do believe Ronda's won.
There was a lot of shouting, and there seems to be some learned heads from Carmarthen, but by the looks of it, again, the Welsh team's being quite friendly with
yeah. The other 2 courts still ongoing, but I think we can comfortably say it's about to win their match. And yeah, the Mustangs, I believe, are going to win that match over there, 14-6. So yeah, those are the other courts back when the next match starts. I can't believe I said unfortunately. Unfortunately, Ronda have won, you prick.
I think we're all thinking it.
Yeah, I'm not confident next one. No, there's meant to be. Yeah, probably will. Well done for working that well. I was going to say, it's like shit, are we actually going to get it back anymore?
Yeah, I got it. I don't know, I'll stick around until we get our new one. Look close, like what we see on the score. I just want to make some beat puns, that's what I want to do now. Commentate with me. Ah shit, that's all I've been doing. I don't mind, I've never done it. Think maybe you can get involved? Ollie, come commentate with me. Please. Please. It's just one match. It's literally the last match today. Oh, come on. Said you would. Said you would when you were down there. As in not to commentate, I was sort of... I massively put my commentate. I mean, I was like, of course. I'm trying to get Holly to do.
Someone next to me.
Have it, Rob. There you go.
Yeah, it's meant.
One more. After you. Yeah, on that.
I'm sweating.
Let's start with it. Alex, are you still right? Alex, are you commentate?
Yes. Hello. Full time. Just kidding. This game has just begun. This is your match to catch, according to the Captain Out podcast, in which you can see Colm in the outbox and Nick also in the outbox. That's fun. The commentator for today, John Wilkie. Sorry, I've just played. I'm a bit tired. I'm here with
Man himself, James Bradford.
Sure.
Man is a bit of a strong word. Most people would just call me a cretin.
We go with it. We're going to get rid of this full-time thing in a sec. So, it's 4 against 3 at the moment. Gives you a fairly even game between the first set of Leeds and the other team, Manchester. Sorry, I've just come off court. A great single there from Matt Key. Oh. And Sam Wrench hitting the Wolf there on the counter. Classy 2-ball attack by
number 13 and
Anna Harding at 28. 2v2 now.
It's important to note that the ladies playing with Leeds today in the men's league have already played their matches in the women's league.
Good 2-ball attack and a catch from Mackey to end the set. Seems to be a very even beginning.
Nice kind of standard start to a match. We'll have to see how it plays out for it.
I've never thought about how tough it must be for players to do like post-match interviews. I'm knackered. Anyway, 3 balls to the worker bees.
Really putting the work in there to get that middle ball. It was quite a quick rush.
almost a catch there from Nick Bull of podcast fame. We've just been told the half time's about 2 minutes out. Good safe single there from Sam Wrench.
Not so safe block into, almost block into his own player from the Leeds.
Here comes Leeds with a strong single from Ross Milburn on Brew Cousins, Northern Ireland. Success from Euros this year.
Just fumble catch from Mr. Wolf there. I think he thought he had it as well.
Almost. Even the team's out. Good dodge from Colm and a lovely post throw on Mr. Garland. First name. But then Ross being called out for the middle line, I believe. My voice is so gone.
I think you're doing an amazing job, mate. It's all about pushing your limits in dodgeball.
I'd like a voice.
I've got to rep all of tomorrow as well, so I'm saving mine for
Your own.
our incredible university scene. 25 teams taking part in a mixed open. I believe it's one of the largest university opens to take place outside of uni championships.
About the same size as the mixed open we had in pre-season, and a good running counter from the Workabees on Anna Harding. Left there on her own. What do you think of Leeds' new kit? It looks like a 10 years commemorative kit.
It is a kit. Yeah.
James's views does not express the views of British Dodgeball. And a substitution for Workabees. Brennan O'Regan is on, running for the middle ball.
Freshly come back from Canada, where he made his debut for GB on the home team, if I remember correctly.
He did. A lot of throws.
Lovely counter there from Bees into Ryan Wolf.
And I believe Jack Halpin is on as well for Bees. With Brew and Colm coming up. Like they're making good use of their depth.
He's taking a bit of time to decide what they're doing. Oh, time has been pulled.
Ball's going over. I believe the ball was knocked over from another court. Brew Cousins doing the YMCA in the background. Good block in the middle there.
He's taking the two balls, setting themselves up, looking for those catches.
Oh, and a lovely off-centre throw by Nick there. Crossing in at 3 and 4.
Strong throws there from Bees, unfortunately not quite finding the target.
Brennan being hit out on that post throw.
Nick really showing that his arm is quite dialed in. Free throw there.
Easy hit there on Ross. You see, you back him to take catches from singles like that.
Again, first league meet back after the summer. Everybody's a bit rusty. It's late in the day as well. Everybody's going to be a bit tired. Blood sugar's probably running a bit low because nobody eats properly at at nationals. Oh, lovely catch!
Before going off court, toes in. A lovely catch from Garland, who is, I believe, at Uni of York. Saw him playing last year at least.
Lovely no-look throw there at Anna.
Somehow Ted seems to have snuck on. We didn't see that change.
Lovely shot there. Oh. Really think that impact on his knees there.
A good battle going on here between Mackie and, I want to say Ryan Wolf, but I'm not.
I believe it is Ryan Wolf. And just now, he's just looking to control the match a bit.
Good block from the Workabee left on court. Goes towards Anna Harding.
Most likely going to be looking for a free throw here.
Good block.
Leeds expecting it.
2-ball attack here.
Almost
set himself so well. Just slipped out of the basket there.
But it's currently 4-2 to Leeds. Leeds. It's been a very long day.
There are 2 E's in it.
It was one of the teams on the court.
Bees.
Brennan showing just how rapid he is in a straight line.
And a 1-for-1 there in the middle.
Oh, and a
lovely
2.
hit.
Ryan's not quite paying attention to what's going on.
Just distracted by that ball rolling across the front of the ground in front of him. Oh, and a great single in the middle there from just out of the way of the post throw.
These retrievers just trying to bring in the ball.
4 balls for Leeds.
There's not a situation you really want to be in against Leeds, really. Giving them 4 balls gives them such a wide open thing to do whatever they want.
Brennan showing off his double jump. Oh, a great single there from Mello, who I don't know his name of.
I honestly could not tell you.
Just checking the team sheets for the 2 teams.
Leeds taking the 4 balls. Oh, double throw. Brennan almost making the mid-air catch.
I want to say our bearded fellow on the left is Ryszard Zawinski. Not a player I'm
saying that
familiar
3
with.
times in a row.
But we were right with Ryan and Dick. Nick Garland there.
Oh, very close for a single, but being called a block by the referees.
Uni of York fame. He's coming forward with 3 balls. 2.
Bit quite safe throw
disjointed
there.
there. Maybe think a well-drilled team like Leeds would prefer to be a bit more accurate there. Good leads from Nick.
Bees just showing again, doing the same, of showing a bit disjointed there, a bit off timing. Maybe just getting a bit organised by the free throw from Leeds. Lovely dodge from the number
Winsky.
Coming in with the lovely single there. Oh, Sam putting excellent pressure on the Leeds players to slow down the counter.
Somehow getting away with that 360 dodge.
You just got to have the extra style on it.
A 1-for-1.
You take it when your players up though, especially you get for Nick.
Scotland international, Ted on his own.
Lovely block there from Winsky. Oh, just trying to speculative single. Multiple blocks by the Bees there, taking 3 balls.
Block there called on Rowinski.
Lovely dodge. Oh, maybe a bit disjointed.
And that's time. A valiant effort. Head there.
Just so hard with the Bees with how well they're drilled and trying to just hit them sometimes. Especially with how acrobatic some of the players are on that team.
A lot of these worker bees are looking for spots in the ones. The competition between the killer bees and the worker bees is so high. You've got players like Brew, who was playing in the ones last season. Colm, who yo-yos between them. Brennan, who's new and looking for a place on that ones. And then you've got Leeds, who have shown time and time again that they're a great League One team, but they want to prove themselves in Super League if they can get there this season.
They always seem to be just short of the mark in terms of keeping the momentum going throughout the season. They always do start off strong, and they're showing that today and putting an excellent effort in against some great players here against Bees.
Good 3-ball attack it looked like there on Sam Wrench.
Milburn asking for the ball there.
One of those points where when you know one of your players is playing well,
giving the ball.
And the commentator's curse as the catch is taken by Rowinski. Fine.
But that is not a throw that many people would back themselves to take against them unless they were absolutely certain of it.
Great post throw by Ryan Wood. The Bees are just slowing it down a bit, sending singles towards ball, not letting Leeds get any leniency in this game.
Oh, lovely cross-court counter there from Bees. Bees again just looking to slow the game down. They know they're ahead. They know they're up in this set. They have no reason to tire themselves up by pushing really, really hard, but they can just take the safer win.
Lovely
catch there on the back track.
Stan, I believe that is. of muds.
We stand a good mud spare. Oh, lovely catch from Rowinski. And also great control from Stan for not releasing there when he was arguably very, very close to it.
Ball attack left in Orion, and the hit there. Goes for the catch. Doesn't quite pull it off. They just need to inject a bit of energy. They just need that pace. I think they're just taking a bit out. It's been a long day, especially for a lot of players who've been here.
Most of the men have been here all day as well, supporting their women's team.
Yes, indeed.
So it's been a very, very long day.
Players like Anna, who this is her 4th game of the day, I believe.
Yep. And they were very, very hard women's games as well, which I had the privilege of repping. It was hard fought against Hartlepool and Derby 2s.
Oh, and a lovely catch in the middle.
He knows he can take those 9s every day of the week.
I do think that's a lovely single and a great post throw, and the reply and almost a second catch. I think that was a 3 for 2.
It does appear to be that way.
No, a 2. I think that was a 2 for 2. I think Coleman was hit out on the single, except before. Good hold call come through. I do like Ross, after taking the catch, presenting the ball. I like to think that's remnants of the old world of 3-ball. You ever play 3-ball?
Unfortunately not.
Fortunately, I didn't.
So I still learned to play a remnant of it at the illustrious University of Surrey, where we have a mixture of 3 and 5-ball. This creates some interesting situations, and certainly a bit of a wake-up call moving into community dodgeball and playing 4-5-ball rules.
A 2-ball attack, dodged by Ted. Bit of confusion amongst the rest because it hit the line ref behind him.
Good block there from Ted. Oh!
You would have thought Sam would have set himself so early. A bit risky there from Ted.
Oh, Brennan showing
it up.
just why he's a class player.
Lovely catch from Brennan.
He's really been showing off so far today. He's made some incredible catches, incredible dodges.
And a 4-ball attack, or a 3-ball attack, and Bees come out through with it.
Taking the score to 10-2 to Manchester Bees. Ref's just giving a bit of an explanation over a call. Please.
I do know a lot, personally as a ref, I do back the sound a lot.
I do as well, yeah.
And I think that's the question they're having at the moment, is Sam heard something and assumed it was a hit. Like Sam Mason heard something and assumed it was a hit, and Sam Richards and the line ref on this side was just clarifying exactly what that was.
Because at the end of the day, you...
A 1-minute set here. 2 players out, 1 from each side.
At the end of the day, the balls don't make sound flying through the air, they make sound hit something. Sometimes it'll be a block, sometimes it'll be a hit, but sound can be such a useful part of the game as a ref to basically just keep an eye on, well, not keep an eye on what's going on from sound, but
Good
just keeping track of everything.
Dodge in the middle there from Jack Breach. Alex Hutch is giving me the nod.
That's all I've ever wanted in life, is Alex Dean.
The late session, but
This is late night dodge.
Keep it for the watershed.
Lovely block there from Bees.
And there from Stan.
Oh, lovely duck under
2
the
misses, and it's even going into the half. 5-all, making the score 11-3 in Bees' favour. Leeds are going to have to pick it up a bit. I think, if you were leading that Leeds, I'll ask a question that Zoe asked me earlier. You were leading that Leeds team talk. Thoughts would you have for them?
At the moment, it's possession, possession, possession. Leeds have been taking that free ball quite a lot, but Bees have been coming out quite aggressive with those pre-throws. And if you know that Bees are going to pre-throw you, I'd be looking for those blocks and those fakes to try and take those 4, because it gives you so much more flexibility taking 4 balls over 3.
Just earlier in the Wessex game, that Bob were very happy giving away. Wessex weren't quite clinical converting those hits. I think it's not quite the same here with Leeds. I think Leeds are trying to take those 50 opportunities, and they just don't have it in them at this point in time. I think an 11-3 scoreline is not a big deficit at all.
It's
15 minutes. They can bring this back. They just need to get into a good rhythm.
What they need is they need a good set where they get 2 or 3 solid catches, just to give them that confidence back they need to back themselves to take it. Because at the moment, I'm kind of seeing it as there's a bit of hesitation, a bit in the back of their mind saying, what if I get caught from throwing into some of the Bees players? And it just doesn't seem to be quite clicking because of it.
That is brilliant from underplaying what Bees have been doing. They've got great pressure. I think one of the best things, a good wing presence, is that your middle players get an easier time, easier throws,
easier catches,
which is what they've been picking up. I think Bees will take a slower approach potentially. It's not like they've been playing
a breakneck.
Yeah, a breakneck pace anyway. I think they'll just carry on churning out these sets, and if they play at the same pace they've been playing at, they will get a good scoreline by the end.
Just to give you an update on the other scores, it appears to be 4-2 to Phantoms 2s against Stuff. 8-2, sorry. I have incredible eyesight apparently.
8-2 Phantoms 2s against Stafford 1.
And then on court 1 it appears to be 5-all between Thunder Dodge and Rangers 2s, which is surprising considering the aggressiveness that Rangers have been playing coming out. And again, commentators curse Thunder Dodge, unfortunately losing that set as soon as we bring our attention to it. But back onto the main game.
They're lining up here in court 2. Great battle for the middle ball. Ted and Brennan both are rapid.
Lovely hit there.
2 for nil.
Oh,
amazing catch
from Brennan.
Drops down. Tate sucks that in, making it a 3-0 in favour of Worker Bees. Up there from Jack.
As a player, when you get caught like that, you can't even really complain about it, just because it's not like it's a lucky catch. It takes real class and skill to know and back yourself to make catches like that.
I think it's a bit unlucky sometimes because the placement there is perfect. Brennan's just put his entire body down there.
Yeah. 9 times out of 10, every other person on the planet would just jump over it. But Brennan likes to show off a bit sometimes.
Almost a great take by Nick there. Doesn't quite manage to get out his catching out co-host of Colm. And the 3 balls here are with Bees against the 2 Leeds Owls.
Oh, Ryan as well, trying to back himself in that catch, but just not quite getting there.
You think it was on? 3 balls now on Bees' side. Good dodge there.
Bit of mistiming though from the Bees. They've counted it in, but they've still thrown at different times. I don't know if that's on purpose or if that was just a bit of a miscommunication.
I think one player was tracking. It's also, my opinion there, is if you're stood at the front of court, I'd take some steps back to get real step into it.
Yeah.
Really get your power behind your throw.
Oh, lovely
great take by
Matt
Key. Having a brilliant day on that wing. Have substitutions around. Bees.
Sam Wrench coming back on the court.
Colm and Brew coming off.
Things might get a bit confusing now because apparently Rwinsky is not the.
Rwinsky is Stan and
Stan is Rwinsky.
Sanderson?
Yes.
I don't know. Rwinsky. Anyway. Oh, and a take by Nick Garland. Straight off the knees. Very good take on that post throw.
Speculatively blocked there, or single across court.
Oh, and a great single there by Ryan Wolf, hitting out Jack Halpern, who had made a great dodge, maybe just committed a bit too early.
Yeah. The one thing you'll definitely start to notice as you travel up the leagues, it becomes less about predicting throws and doing it, and you get to the point where, as players, you need to start just reacting to throws, because if you the quality of the arms here are enough that they can track your throw if you commit too early.
There's a great 4-ball attack by Leeds, hitting out Sam Wrench, not getting post thrown, making it a 1 hit. More aggression on the wings here from the Leeds 1.
Maybe Brennan just trying to loosen up a bit, ready for the inevitable single.
When you've got 3 players on court, you have so much space in the middle to move.
Yeah.
The side dodge, the lateral dodges are massive.
Yeah, going for a bit of delayed throw there after the dodge. It was just unfortunately just not quite on target.
Great fakes there from the other 2 players to draw out that big dodge. Just so happens the follow-up wasn't quite on. And the standing counter by Matt Key.
Play ball has been called as well against Leeds.
Only 2 balls being thrown here. And a lot of balls. Stan takes the catch. Bringing back in Winsky, I believe. Really upsetting if we find out that he's just got their names lying around. Doesn't quite take that.
It does strike me as odd they'll choose to put on each other's shirts though. That is one thing that I am I'm sure we'll find out soon enough.
There's definitely not a catch. Jack throwing away his ball there to set for the catch. He was always looking for it. Doesn't quite get it. I think didn't go for the first one and then ducked a bit too low for the second. Leeds have called a timeout. Maybe too late.
Honestly, I think so. You really want to call a timeout when you maybe lose 3 sets in a row.
3 sets, yeah.
Anything more than that, you let that get them that momentum, and causing the timeout's not going to break that momentum at that point. You need.
Score update: Rangers are ahead 9-5 against Thunder Dodge. We cannot see the Wessex Soldier beat.
And I think it's 10.
Oh, we got it wrong. It's 10-2 to Stafford, not Derby 2s. They have since changed the scoreboard around.
They just like to keep us on our toes up here in the commentary section. It's being called. Luckily, the reffing has been actually really high quality for this game so far. Both refs, both Sam and Sam, are both very relaxed into it. They've probably refed more hours than most people have played dodgeball at this point between them.
Well, Sam Mason did get injured sadly last season, so was only able to provide some Rangers.
Only giving us a bit of a action roll there.
He loves ball retrieving, I don't know why.
He just likes to catch you, practice it. It's quite obvious. You just look at the body language difference. Bees cool, calm, collected. They know exactly what they're doing. Leeds maybe not looking quite so sure of themselves.
Yeah, you can see Bees just taking it. Some technical difficulties here. We are on it. There is a single ball hit from Leeds. Drew Cousins goes to the outbox.
He's taking the 3 balls.
With the 3 balls. They come forward.
They throw a ball. It
and
takes
a great
hit.
single and a 1-for-1. Mackey heading to the outbox and Ross Milburn also leaving. Leaving 5 Leeds players and 4 Bs. And another single ball hit. Great block in the middle. Leeds are really putting the effort in for these single ball hits and they're up 5-3 because of it.
One thing we noticed about some of the other games today is that some teams have really seemed to have got their singles dialed in and are getting the hits off. Other teams maybe not so much.
We are, just to point out, we are changing the battery on the camera.
It's we're 90% of the way there. At the moment there is 4 for Leeds and 3 on Bees.
This is a massive set. The first set after your timeout, if Leeds can keep this pressure on, the same aggressive singing, you can really see this. I think we're back, we're just fixing, we're focusing.
Sam Wrench going for a
we are back.
Acrobatic dodge again. Oh, Brennan maybe not quite timing the ball retrieving just right yet.
And 5 balls to Leeds. Brennan taking responsibility for that. You see what they can do with the 4-ball attack.
I think he just wanted to provide the extra challenge.
Hit there on Cole.
There.
Great. And
Sam Mason.
Sam is stood on the back line, and that's the set to Leeds.
Oh. Yep, definitely a line foul being called. Sam Red's not quite agreeing with it, but
I mean, when we saw him, he was stood on the back line,
yeah.
which annoyingly are quite hard to see with the blue and purple, as was discussed earlier. But it is British dodgeball tape. It looks pretty rad.
Yeah.
Two balls for bees.
And it's lovely to set up as a ref, just because you can actually set up a whole court with one roll of tape now. You don't need to worry about losing up.
And he doesn't quite take the catch, lining in the process. Great commitment there from Brew, leaving a healthy sweat patch on the floor.
Classic at St George's Park at this point. Big sweat patches all over the place.
Shows how hard these players are working. Good dodge from Colm there. Bees with 3. Good idea from Matt there. He's had some great success with those kind of in shots, not quite focusing on 1 and 2. And Leeds come forward with 3 balls. Missing the 2-ball attack on Colm, giving Bees 4. See what they can do here with the possession.
He's taking the 4. Lovely free throw.
Lovely free throw, but gets the revenge here. 1 for 1, leaving Leeds still up a player because the 2-ball attack was not converted.
In many ways, I'm a very big proponent of, if you have got that last ball, and you know if you're playing, especially in St George's Park, where you know balls coming back at you are probably going to stay on your side. I'm a huge proponent of throwing that last ball as a free throw.
Colm doesn't quite take the catch.
Hit there,
a great
as
return
well
by Ted. He's down 3 players.
Bees retriever, unfortunately, not quite managing to reach the ball in time.
With 3 balls. Throwing a safe single, you'd say there?
I would say reasonably safe, yeah. If you're throwing a single at a ball holder, most players will just block it. You don't have to worry about being caught from it. There's a bit of miscommunication from Leeds, both throwing singles at both wings rather than just at one target.
The one call was shouted by Nick Garland here on the right. But they think they're trying to end this set as quick as possible. Great 2-ball attack.
Just shows the highlights just how important ball possession here is at St George's Park. You really need a minimum of 2 balls on your side of the court to be able to apply real pressure.
Those throws just not on target. I think you can tell the tiredness is coming into Bees' game. Leeds out.
A bit of frustration as well. The game hasn't gone exactly how they've planned it has. They're getting desperate now.
From Ted. Goshawk, Dumbrell there. Leeds with possession.
Bit slow on the retrievers getting back to them. Fortunately, as a retriever now, you really want to be...
and that's the set. He's closing the deficit.
Score is now 8 points. 17-7, I think.
I think Alex was fiddling with the camera. And more rotation here from Bees. Leeds are keeping...
Oh, bit of a wrestle over the middle ball. Brennan managing to dodge it. Oh,
doesn't quite get there.
He's very unlucky there because almost 99% of players would have been a solid hit, whilst that was only just a grazing hit on Brennan there.
Very good quick start there from Leeds. You think if they could have had that kind of security at the beginning of the game, this game may have got another way.
Yeah.
It will be something they'll be looking at. Because Ted is convincingly, well, not convincingly, but he is getting that ball.
He's getting more and more into the match, and he's getting there.
Because they are
discussing.
They're not. It's a
wet patch
sweat on the court.
Oh, classic British dodgeball issue. Sweat on the court.
Where's sweat on? Yeah, there were a few times we started sets and right in front of me. But running for one of the balls, I just thought I had to jump but leap over. Update from some other courts. Rangers have convincingly taken Thunderdogs 13-5. No idea about Wessex Soldier Bees. They can't see the Stafford score. It's begun, Unported.
Oh, almost a catch there from number 14.
A 1-for-1 there. It's almost taking that catch.
Oh,
Sam Wrench.
Unfortunately, just not quite being able to wrap his body around that.
That's a lot.
Oh, lovely
catch there from Brew.
There's one thing that definitely has been shown today is
and
that...
he doesn't quite take it, and Nick Garland takes the post throw. What an amazing take.
Block there.
Colm doing well to block that out of the way. 2 Bs versus the 5 Owls. It seems like Bs have dropped quite consistently in this game. I think some of the fitter teams in this league, top Spartans 2s, will be looking at this quite happily.
It's just really showing that the 15-minute halves in Leeds just really do push players to the max when they, even in games like this where it's not the closest of matches, all players on both sides are really having to put all of their effort into it. Especially with retrieving as well, and how
Time's been paused.
All sweat on the court.
Same place.
Yeah, it just shows though that you've got retrievers who are generally speaking, usually some of the substitute players on the court, and there's so much hard work running around that you don't have a chance to really rest. Your arm might get a bit better, but your legs are going to be jelly by the end of it.
Single ball attack there from Bees. Good block.
Good block by
Good block from...
It's been called.
Apparently, the sounds don't look like that. And Brennan, a great lead, showing off those foam skills. And great single ball attack there and Nick in the middle.
Fumble of the again. Oh, lovely catch.
Just lack of accuracy.
Brennan taking himself a bit harshly there on his throwing, which I think, to be honest, has been pretty on point all day.
Directing that towards us, said his throwing's gone. I think it's just late in the game.
Yeah.
The accuracy just comes off of it by 10%, and that's enough. People sink those catches. Now slowly coming back from the points deficit.
Lovely tombstone there from Ross to avoid the quick single.
He has to catch it to make the tombstone. Lovely dodge there from Ross.
Tombstone dodge. He's still throwing himself backwards.
And a one hit there out of however many throws.
He might not have caught the ball, but he certainly caught my heart today.
The Ross Milburn fan account will be loving that.
He's coming in with the 3 balls.
Great standing, in on Brew in the middle.
Giving him 4 balls to Leeds again. This might be...
And they released a single there.
I potentially would have gone for a 2 ball there first.
I think a lack of communication there, maybe rushed it a bit. But a great 2 ball.
The only concern at the moment is if Leeds are struggling now when it's arguably the quietest it is in St George's Park throughout the day, how are they going to fare when they're in the mid-afternoon sections?
I think it was just them rushing a bit.
Yeah.
Good block there from Ryan. Going on the 2 ball attack and the box coming across. Home there. With the play before, just throwing his nick at his podcast mate, co-host. Good safe single there from Cole. Using all that knowledge that he's got from playing for international experience.
Oh, unlucky there from Brennan.
Almost there for Brennan.
Obviously, and looking arguably for a catch when it's almost arguably unnecessary. They're up a player and he can dodge those, but sometimes you just got to balance the risk and the reward on it.
Good dodge from it. Great lead there. 1 for 1, and he takes the hit after the leap. Leaving 2 Bs left with the Owls. 25 seconds remaining, apparently.
Should be in the very last end of the matches. 1 quarter's finished up for the day. Block from there. Oh, flash off the block! I think that is the nail in the coffin there.
My first play of the game.
You'd like to try in English?
No, I'm just sorry. The stuff happening on court.
And
He's taking the set, going 19-9. and that's time in the game. But he's holding out until the end, even as the fitness may have dropped and the intensity dropped. Well done to our Manchester worker bees for taking Leeds ours. As I was saying, my first play of the game, George Hibbert of Rangers 2 throws a quick start and just block it straight back to him. That's our last game of the day. Thank you very much for joining us here on the British Dodgeball stream. We've had a group of amazing commentators. I'd like to thank all of them for commentating throughout the day, and our operators and Alex Such for organising this. James for joining us.
Our referees as well for helping make all of this possible.
Apologies for any tech issues as well. We're still a teething process for this. It is the one camera and a group of volunteers doing this. So thank you very much for watching, for listening, for being here, and hopefully see you at next league or at any league meets and opens in between. I hope you have a lovely week. We'll see you later. I've been John Wilkie, or Jonathan Wilkie.
I've been James. Bradford.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Smooth ending there.